We are seeing the bands of the heroes as a most effective on both sides. I think the thing that's very cool is the teams have
away from the creep waves. You still want to go Midas, you still want to go Octarine, but it's like 10, 15 minutes later than you're expecting. And the same thing for Spirit. I'd love to see them go for like a traditional break or something in their lineup because it's a first pick bristle. Like there's so many heroes
be able to punish it.
that can punish the hero. Just we don't see them because they're kind of out of meta right now.
Yeah, so you have like your Primal Beast, but they get rid of that.
Yeah.
So he can't get the Axe and have the break. I mean, the problem with picking a safe laner like Morphling or whatever against Spirit Breaker is they can just combine heroes, right? You could have Grimstroke just been picked up by Reverse Pro, but like Team Spirit, maybe they could pick a Skywrath Mage, and then you have that ability to silence from Fog and get a kill that way. If you can just enable yourselves to go and move on the map and take fights, use that portal or whatever, it's like you don't have to worry so much about the carry, and maybe you pick a better carry matchup later down the line.
I'm also thinking about Ancient Operation is a good counter to Bristol as well, because people used to, go for this Blightstone, right?
Yeah. It's such a good combo as well with the Spirit Breaker. You throw down the Vortex, the extra magic damage, you're just pushing out waves so easily, and you're always going to hit your ultimate because Spirit Breaker, he's going to bash, nearly 71% of the time, so it's going to be super easy to keep heroes contained. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing it now, to be fair.
Yeah, it's either that or Skywrath Mage for them. They like this guy a lot.
They love this guy. That was something that they kept going back on. In fact, they were even willing to first pick it. That's how much faith they had in that Skywrath.
But I agree with your point that when you see the Spirit Breaker, you should be able to punish it. But, like, you need to create a strong lane against it. Probably like people don't want to go for this Undying type of heroes because they don't scale well, right, into the late game.
Like I love like if there's VP, if they do Bristle Grim as an off-lane combo, because like if you go, you have Stroke of Fate, you have Inkswell, ways to keep the Bristle alive, but also easy ways to punish on that. So like that should just be the lane in itself. I think VP still got their 5 and their carry to pick up in the draft.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Spirit Breaker. You talked about ways that you can deal with it, shut it down in lane, make sure these timings are later. But Chief, do you not feel that Team Spirit are a team that could elongate the game, push it back a little bit more, still make sure Spirit Breaker hits that timing, and still have him have an impact? Like, do you need to focus on making sure the Spirit Breaker still does nothing in the later parts of the game too, in disrupting team fights?
I mean, my personal opinion of Spirit Breaker is it's the most unga bunga easiest hero in Doha right now. So. I don't personally think that shutting down his lane is like enough because his spells are just good.
Yeah, okay.
And obviously you're going to do more with this golden items. I think maybe VP, if they are able to shut down his lane, they can pick up something like, holy shit, they're drafting so fast right now. I was going to say maybe they could pick up something like a Yules to help kill him in the mid game, but it doesn't seem like that's the thing they're going for. It looks like they're just going for a ball that is so hard to kill that Spirit Breaker cannot utilize pickoffs the way that they want to right now, right? You see Spirit Breaker, you see Hoodwink. These are two heroes that they can set up on side lanes. They're going to catch you, they're going to kill you, and they're not going to let you do that. They have a Pugner and a Bristle, and they're just going to go together.
Yeah, the key thing here for VP is Spirit Breaker is very good at elongating the games because he just charges through the waves, keeps playing behind you. And now with VP, it's like Spectre can farm jungle, Bristle will basically protect one wave as it goes down the lane to get to a tier 2 or a tier 3, and then you take the fight from there. And yeah, Spectre pick. These two supports are just food the entire game. Like, if you see them, you pressure ult, you jump on top, you get that kill. If he goes Ags down the line, then they're going to be dying even quicker. So
I love the Spectre pickup because I think this is their best strategy, and they know how to utilize Spectre, and 3D is playing like very, very sick Spectre. So I'm looking forward for some mid hero that is active and is going to be, making plays for the Spectre to hunt in, which right now they don't really have that because Bristleback is just like going to farm itself, and the Earth Spirit is probably going to be banned, so I'm wondering what the next heroes they're going to be looking for.
Are you a little
like
bit
Earthshaker or Walker? Oh, and Walker's banned already, never mind.
My only fear with Spirit's lineup right now is, are you a little bit worried it's a bit of scaling? Void needs to buy a farming item +1. Spirit Breaker wants to go for a Midas plus an Octarine. Like, both the side lanes need to greed it up a lot, so there's a lot of pressure on Lal to have that mid hero that can kind of do everything. Because AA Hoodwink together, they can kill anyone on the map. But this mid hero also needs to kind of amplify the supports. Otherwise, it's a lot of farming, a lot of waiting for Spirit's lineup to get online.
Yeah, that's why the Conquer ban is so good as well, right? Is like we've seen against Shopify the way that Lal's able to just position himself to like protect his carry's farm, and the way that the boat was giving so much damage reduction to like elongate his deaths that he was doing for his team. Like, that was a really key ban.
I mean, also Aghanims and Shard and Kunkka nowadays is just like too many distractions in the fight. It's the same thing I was talking about Primal Beast and Bristleback. Like, you just create so much chaos into the fight that it's so easy to take positioning. Penguin and their Spirit are banned. Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, they have Shakers still, if they want to pick it up for both teams actually. That's the hero we've been seeing a lot.
What would Team Spirit want to do with this very last ban for themselves? Is it more protection of a Faceless Void, or again just taking out a mid lane and setting yourself up for this mid matchup that's going to occur?
Pretty much the mid matchup, just hypermobile heroes. Like, the thing is that VPs also run like Keeper Light or Zeus, for example, and these heroes could be super in your face. They ban out the Earthshaker, but
maybe Queen of Pain they're looking for.
Like, there's not a lot of clean lockdown for like Spirit. They have a Chrono, Charge, and a Bushwhack.
Yeah.
So any of these super annoying mid heroes, like the Pucks, the Shaker, the Ag, like, they can just tank that one spell or kite out that spell, and it makes VP's fight so much easier. So Spirit needs to be very careful with how they use their spells in this game, for sure.
Do you think that VP are going to trend more towards like filling the holes of their draft, or buffing up what they currently do? Because holy Viper. I mean, that's trying to deal with the Bristle, right?
And the Spectre. It's a double whammy.
It's great. Okay.
Okay, that's pretty unexpected. Probably because all the mid heroes are banned, right? All the initiators are banned, but they had to go for some weird matchups.
So we now get to see, of course, Viper getting picked into Spectre and Bristle. So if they try to get into the middle of the fights, they're going to get broken. They're not going to be as tanky. But on the flip side, you now have a Lina into Viper matchup. Lina, you play on range, you don't really care about Viper, you're going to push it out. So this Viper pick, yes, it's good for the game, but how good is the lane really going to be for him?
how much should Team Spirit really care about lanes? We've seen many games before where they've struggled in the lanes. They might not have had their strength there, but they're always able to pull through themselves. They're always able to make the space on the map for Yutaro and be able to have them be active and have a lot of 4v5 engagements where they're at the number advantage. So is that where this lineup is more gone for themselves, Rezo? And that's where you see the strength for Team Spirit?
I mean, I also think that the Virtus Pro lineup is very too passive. Like, there's nobody who's going to really make plays for the supports as well. Like, so they're going to just like keep farming and like hope for, you know, some 5v5 fights, but Team Spirit is just going to drag the game and find the pickups themselves because it's way easier for them with the Chronosphere and Spirit Breaker.
Yeah, I'm looking at Alina mid playing against Spirit Breaker. I don't know. Like, I've seen this team be able to just move and happily across the map earlier than their timings. I think they could potentially catch a lot of VP off guard and steamroll them.
All right, so you reckon VP, they're going to be taking this step back. It's going to be passive, trying to farm it up a lot. And when it does come to that later game, then T, do you have faith in Virtus Pro? With their heroes.
Do you
looking
have?
at just heroes.
He doesn't.
No.
He doesn't.
I'm going to speak.
I feel like even if I ignore drafts, I'd lean Spirit for just the history of the year. But in draft speak, if you get past 35, 40 minutes against a Spirit Breaker, the game's going to be always so impossible if you just set up the perfect fight. And that's where, of course, Yutaro, whatever, I can't pronounce. I was trying to mispronounce it on purpose, but anyways. I think Spirit Breaker will always set up the perfect fight for Faceless Void. So I think the later part of the game, sure, it's good. But I think VP's got a really good shot to just be super active around 20-25 minutes. They just need to try and close down Spirit and don't let the Spirit Breaker just reign supreme.
We are going to be jumping into the game very soon, but I assume then it's all unanimous on my panel. You guys are all very Team Spirit with their lineup here in Game 1.
Pretty much.
All right. Well, then it is time that we head on over to our casters. It's Lyrical and Trent.
Thank you so much indeed, Nat, and Dota fans the world over. Are you ready? We got some games to start for you. We're going to get into the game. Don't worry. Trent, I'm so freaking excited. I can't wait. We got Team Spirit facing off against Virtus Pro. The draft is going on. I feel like we're going to be going to like 80 minutes or something already out of the gate.
It's definitely possible. I mean, probably the most terrifying stat that was shown during that whole draft was the GPM of collapse on that one Spirit Breaker game that he played so far. 823. He actually out-CS'd Yadaro on Troll Warlord.
I mean, it doesn't seem fair, honestly.
It's really not. He just charges through the waves, all the creeps die, he's just gathering gold all over the place, and yeah, Spearbreaker, if it goes late, he doesn't really mind it as much as he used to.
No, I mean, you see these like Aghanim Scepter, Octarine Core coming out, all of this like incredible mobility, and as Purge talked about at the beginning of this, the bigger map, right? You've got more places to go. It can also mean that you're more separated from your allies, and suddenly there's more pickoffs that happen, and that can be the game-defining thing.
That's true, it's true. But like the panel said, we got options here for Virtus Pro. Certainly the underdogs coming in this matchup, but classic thing, regional rivalry. You know, they know their opponents pretty well, so they got a little bit of history.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe they can do better against someone who's a little bit more favorited over them compared to someone coming from a different region.
Right.
They know these matchups. Some former teammates mixed in there as well.
Oh, yeah. No, and I think like that's one of the things to watch for is now we've got this close setup. The team's right next to
So
each other.
close.
As we get into this game, Unpause comes out. We'll see if there are any big pop-offs or something.
I want to see someone slam the glass. I hope they've been instructed that that's okay. We're going to have to check the structural integrity.
Is it okay? Like,
I'd
are they
say
gonna
so.
break it? I don't know. Not sure what that is going to end up looking like. As heading out across the map, you can see that already Team Spirit set up on that top side of the river, smoking in, hoping to find somebody. Doesn't look like they're going to find any purchase there. But we did get that little crazy picks coming out at the end. It was the Viper into the Lina. The panel talked about it a little bit. But this is a little bit of a strange matchup. Is it just about the break? What are you seeing with this Viper pick?
Oh, yeah, 100% the break for the Viper. No doubt about that, right? It's not just the Bristle either, right? Get a little extra value added in there for a couple of the heroes. A little bit Lina in there, a little bit of Spectre in there, right? Passives are pretty important. So that can be very helpful. But, you know, Seattle, TI, it's been a while. It's been since TI7. Back in those days, Lina Viper. That was pretty common, right?
That was a classic.
Viper used to be kind of this hero for a lot of these Seattle TIs. So seeing this matchup here once again, very interesting.
Oh, they're getting close to each other. The crowd is hungry for blood as they want to see who's going to give it up first. But Yadaro going to back away, not get taken down. By the way, I want to shout out to whoever cheered in the crowd for that Observer Ward D ward. Well done. Yeah, that's the spirit that we're looking for today. As Miro will be pushed back a little bit by Kiritich there.
Well, as you can see, the players are just getting comfortable here by spamming all their voice lines.
Absolutely. Wow, they're using them from all over too. It's a Polaris voice line. That's pretty nice.
They've invested heavily.
Oh yeah.
Counts here, so yeah, it's all good. No surprises in terms of where anyone's going here. And, you know, I gotta say, during the draft, I was looking forward to a couple heroes, but they all got banned.
Oh, yeah.
You know, we didn't get to see the Enchanters from Aposhka with his 4 straight wins. Obviously, some quick respect there from Virtus Pro. Not gonna let him have it, and that puts him on the AA, as the panel called. Super solid, right? Especially when you pair it with this classic Yadro Faceless Void.
I mean, that really does feel like it's going to be the thing to watch for. In the later game engagements, obviously you've got the setups with Collapse Spirit Breaker trying to start the fights, but it's going to be up to Yadro to try and end them with that Chrono, and that sets up for all the rest of Team Spirit's abilities. So something to watch for there. But yeah, Team Spirit coming in undefeated throughout this entire event so far. They've been looking really good, and now a little bit of pressure there on the Sage. Not going to be able to do that much to this Pugna, who's so quick and annoying to play as. This little skeleton man.
Yeah, he's super frustrating. I mean, even if AA has a decent pairing, sometimes the movement speed of a Pugna can actually still get out of any sort of attempts at like a cold feed or something. So early on, it's just lots of poking and prodding back and forth.
Oh yeah.
And then, I mean, down here in the bottom lane, you have Mira on one of the less reliable heroes, I would say, these days in the Hoodwink. You know, she struggles a bit, tends to have some pretty low win rates, but the players that really like Hoodwink, they're big fans. I mean, you can see Platinum tier there from Mira doing a little bit of spamming on the hero. Yeah. And again, another hero that's going to try and make use of the break in this game from that sharpshooter.
Well, and something that you always love to talk about, too, is the ability to run through those little twin gates there. I feel like Hoodwink is one of those that would love to be able to get active around that, like, 5-6 minute mark somewhere in that neighborhood, try and make some rotation and find a kill.
It certainly never hurts, as Tree and Protector has shown us.
Oh yeah. Ooh, gets a bash as he heads out of there. But slow, steady going, and at least at the early stages here, it does appear that things relatively even amongst the two safe lane heroes. At least at the moment, though, Viper is having a better time of it mid against the Lina. 5 denies already. Although Laurel, it's brought down very low. I might have spoken too soon there.
Be careful here. 2 points in the Dragon Slave. Wants to keep that harass up. We'll hit one more time. Bit of Corrosive Haze going back the other way. Sorry, Corrosive Skin.
There you go.
Here.
Oh, and look at that Laurel.
In the past.
He wanted to go over to pick up that rune, but a little bit scary to leave the wave and trying to look for a bash, not able to quite get one.
The crowd is hungry for blood.
I know, they're ready. They're so ready for this.
Bash!
There's the bash that he was waiting for. Get it at the worst time.
I mean, hey, your Spectre hasn't died.
2 in a row.
Oh, okay.
Oh, be careful now.
Okay, your Spectre hasn't died, and it's 3 minutes in. I feel like that's a win for a lot of support players.
Oh, yeah.
Gets the pull off there as well. FNG helping to protect Kiradich.
Had a stick ready. Never in doubt. So far, so good. As Laurel's going to make the move actually for that bounty rune and moving into position. Sage going to try and take it away and gets there just in time. That hurts. The Viper wanted that refill.
You need that bad too, because like the Lina versus the Viper, this is the whole idea, right? You're trying to like whittle down the Viper, try and make them really dependable on resources. So support's coming through, getting rid of bounties, maybe getting rid of these river runes as well. Super helpful. And also, Seuj wants to be stacking camps because you got this Bristleback, right? And as if you notice, we got some blocks happening here, right? They already blocked off one of the camps there. They have unblocked the ancient camp now, so it will finally spawn, but that's really going to slow down this Bristleback's progression here.
Something to watch for, as in the 4 minute mark, no kills as of yet, just trying to dodge away. Notice is going to pull this creep wave all the way
Bushwhack bottom.
Chance, an opportunity, FNG gonna go down. They take him, and now Mira might end up going down a second time. Kiradich moves forward and secures that finish. Oddly enough, it was Creeps that got both of the kills, but still, it's what you want to see.
Good play there from FNG at the end to at least put on the Inkswell to get the return kill, but clearly they win there for Team Spirit, getting the first blood. And one thing that you're going to notice in this game too is that Ancient Apparition and Hoodwink do share a similar capacity to amplify magic damage. And, which is really cool because you get the Boomerang on the Hoodwink later, and they have 3 cores that add a ton of magic damage, which is a pretty cool use of their draft here.
Aposhka coming over to contest this, gets right in his face. Seuj starting to drop down lower. Says, fine, you want to battle, I'll battle you. They are getting very low and will need to run away. So Contest going in, wanting to shut down that farm that you're talking about from the Bristle.
I mean, it's huge. That camp is still blocked out right now, and it's not going to despawn in time either. So it'll be the 6th minute spawn also going to be blocked. And that's huge for this Bristle. That's the whole point of offlane Bristle, is like you want this backup here of these Ancients. Now that being said, he's also doing extremely well on the laning stage right now.
Oh yeah. 35 and 6 so far for that Bristleback. But it does also mean that it's been Faceless Void still having a decent time here. Collapse will charge through, gets another bash onto Kiritich right as he comes into the lane. We'll have a few denies in his face though, a little frustrating as we're getting closer to the next spawn. Of course, runes incredibly important in this game. You've got a couple of heroes that would love to be able to pick them up, and Lena makes the move over. Miposhka is there, Light Strike Array, they get a haste too. Not bad. This should be Miposhka going down as Squadix makes the move, although wait a turn, a chance Miposhka, you got it! He was almost able to survive through that one. Did a sidestep behind the trees. It said it is going to be safe, starting to drop down low, still a haste rune on Squadix, and that's going to get level 6. Comes in with the Laguna Blade, takes down another.
And of course, if you haven't checked out in a while, Laguna Blade, very interesting now, does give you some stacks of the Fiery Soul. So you might be wondering why sometimes these Lenas are just going to fire it out. That's going to be why.
Right. No, absolutely. Just get whatever kills you can with it at that point in time. Now, mid lane, they're going to go again, it looks like, trying to find an opening onto Miposhka, forcing him back. And one more hit. Oh, 19 HP, just barely able to get out of that one.
Keep that farm going here. And it is interesting, too, with this Faceless Void pick, because they sort of have an interesting relationship, the Bristleback and the Faceless Void, because like, you constantly have these Quill stacks in the laning stage, which is something that you can't really manage that well with Time Walk. Generally, you want to deal with like burst damage, because they just Time Walk it off and you're fine, whereas it's like a lot of damage over time. But meanwhile, down bottom, an attempt to stop this aggression. Oh, it lasts so long now.
I know, that ink swell makes the difference. Here it turns, a little seed shot there, tries to get onto him.
But the counterplay, of course, is that, you know, that's Bristleback's advantage over Faceless Void, but he's deal time dilation throughout this game. And Bristleback really doesn't buy a lot of Dispel these days. That's not something that you really want to opt for. So that's going to be really frustrating for Notice if he has to constantly deal with his time dilation with his Quills.
Right, might need to get a little bit of help from some of his allies there. And of course, you have the other nice little pickup, which is going to be the Grimstroke Inkswell later on with that Dispel. But it's something to watch for, no doubt about it. Now they make the move through, gonna get the silence onto Yadaro. The spell very strong, Inkswell layering together, but Yadaro still making a good distance away, drops the Chrono to get out, but now Kiritich shows up too. They're committing heavy for this kill. They want to take him down, and they're gonna get him.
Spectre. Level 1, 60-second cooldown, has the urn complete and now stocked up. And looking towards that very common progression right now of Blade Mail into Radiance. That's currently the plan.
Okay.
See if he sticks to it.
I mean, you know, you come into this, you think Team Spirit's going to be the favorites, haven't dropped a game yet. Now you look at the net worths, they're looking pretty good across the board. It's been a solid showing so far for Virtus Pro.
Squadix is terrified mid. He's been sitting in this tree line for a solid 20 seconds.
He knows.
I know. I'm not coming out there.
He is totally aware that this wraparound was happening and it won't catch him. So dodging the movement, there was a ward that's placed down just out of vision. Not sure if that one was scouted out by Virtus Pro or not, but at least for now, they're going to keep him fine and dandy, and Squadix stays in the mid lane. Yeah, the tower stays up. Sayush is nearby, ready to help, but also gets off another double stack here. So despite a lot of blocking out early of these camps, there's a sizable bank here for this Bristleback to come back to, and that's going to help progress you into that Aghanims on the earlier part of this game, which is, of course, one of the main reasons why you're seeing this hero so often now. So close right now to a couple of really key levels that could set up for a kill down bottom. You're, what, about a quarter of the way towards it for the Hoodwink, with Collapse already having 6. But instead, making another move. This Spectre getting involved early, forcing Laurel back. And with the charge coming through, it's going to be Virtus Pro backing out. So they force the rotation and then back away. So a little poking shadow step there. Something you can kind of afford to do now with the lower cooldown. So far, we haven't seen one of the main fears that you would think with a Lena this game, which would be a Spirit Breaker. Right. Because Lena, not really a Yule's buyer necessarily anymore. That isn't something that we see all the time. That used to be like one of the options, of course. Might have to be a consideration for Squadix this game, but probably hoping to avoid that right now. Collapse has been a bit too busy in the lane, trying to get towards that Midas.
BB-nya 4.800, Void-nya 2.000.
So even if you did find an opportunity to maybe get aggressive with Collapse, they haven't been able to get the runes to pair with them. So
Mereka
a little
bisa memanage
unfortunate for Team
network
Spirit
dulu.
as the
Besok kalah
Arcane was
lane.
denied by Maposhka, so
Sangat
they at
dulu,
very
Cok.
least didn't
Sultan
give that one
dulu,
away to Lena.
Does look like top tower is going to be the first one to fall here.
Wait a minute, Yadaro does not have a Midas queued up. What's happening? Trent,
He must be confused.
what's going on, buddy? We'll see if it ends up changing the build eventually, but it looks like they want to get aggressive.
Apa, apa,
Spectre makes another move.
Oh, that's so sick.
Dude.
How annoying is that? Get Inkswell down bottom, Shadow Step up top.
That's
for the
good.
kill under the tower as it's so low with the catapult coming through. I mean, this is just guaranteed gone. But yeah, Yadaro's gone for the treads into the Mask of Madness, so does have a little bit more damage early, higher elements of aggression, perhaps to try and pair up with this Spirit Breaker, Viper, maybe even thinking about some of the timings that Virtus Pro are trying to hit, and you want to be ready to fight in those situations.
Oh yeah. Well, and again, for the fighting with Virtus Pro, it feels like because Spectre's gone this Urn build, can get really up in people's face quickly, and is building into that Blade Mill has it done. So ways for both Notice and the Spectre to kind of take stacks now. Virtus Pro are really starting to cook.
Yeah, cooking indeed here. You can see 3 points into the Nasal Goo. The single point Bristleback has become pretty common on Bristleback lately. Sometimes you go for 2, but if there's multiple instances of break, I mean, obviously you want to put as few points as possible because you're just going to get more damage the more points you have in Goo. That's kind of the dream right now.
And the stats too. We've been seeing a lot of people just steal them up consistently, but now finding Notice. Good LSA though to turn it, and the life drain to heal him back up. Can't get anything out there. Viper's in trouble. Mapochka trying to run away. Team Spirit went up the wrong hill.
Oh. Just a great example of the importance of positioning there too. When all you have is an Aether Lens, you know, that's just all preemptive. Great knowledge there from Virtus Pro, because that's not like a blink save or something, right? It's just Squadix understanding what kind of moves are going to be coming out here from Team Spirit, and to defend your Bristleback while getting that giant bank of gold. Everything is just going right for Virtus Pro right now.
And Collapse feels like he's not even comfortable going on to FNG because of the threat of the Spectre showing up. I mean, why not give him the tip? He knows the danger could be coming the other direction. Oh man, I like this too from Virtus Pro because it feels like they've set themselves up to be in a position where just play defensive, get into our items, and then we'll hit our timing. And it almost feels like Team Spirit are the ones that kind of need to be playing on the aggressive foot.
I think we might see that soon, right? We got level 6 on the Ancient Apparition, level 6 on the Hoodwink. Could see some smokes down bottom, perhaps, trying to chase the Spectre. The worst thing that can happen is if you try and make a move towards Spectre, and then she immediately like haunts somewhere else for a kill.
Right. Yeah, gotta be wary of that for sure.
Currently, Kurtic pretty static down bottom at the moment.
Scan from the Radiant is gonna connect. And I've seen, like we saw in that little graphic a few minutes ago, a lot of stacks being built that are now going to start to get claimed. But yeah, 13.5 minutes. Virtus Pro still sitting pretty, just farming, but they are going to smoke now.
Yeah, and he's going to leave that bottom lane too because he actually got a little peek at Mira as he was swapping between the trees. So Kurtic has moved up top. Perhaps they're going to try and see if that'll be a bit of a bait here, perhaps.
Yeah. I mean, Yadaro is up here. He's back over near the little hot tub area.
This has been his heat map. Has just been this off jungle.
I mean, but everybody knows that this is where you end up going. Squadix is just going to instead head on over to farm, not feeling like they want to make the dive behind the tier 2 and instead just going to play for the farm.
Taking over the Mighty Mines here. And then immediately back to mid.
Yeah. Well, 2-7. Again, a bit of a slow one with Virtus Pro picking up the majority of those kills. Every move that Team Spirit's made over the last few minutes has been rebuffed. And it feels like they're, at least for now, somewhat content to keep farming and try and get into their items.
Charge down bottom.
Looking
trying to
for
pick up
it.
FNG.
Makes the move, but this is the problem. You go immediately. Collapse needs to keep his distance from Mira now, goes for the TP out. That's going to keep him safe. But this is why you can't make those dives. Even against this support, like the fact FNG can sit here is huge for them. Although now, no haunt. Okay, Mira comes in to clean up.
All right, trying to get something going here. That's Squadix already up to the boots of travel and 1,000
jumps.
gold.
Chrono down.
Oke.
I mean, they're chronoing for the
Diculik satu-satu.
Yeah, but they got him.
That's right.
Mulai rontok.
Fair enough.
Okay, not
Mulai
great.
rontok
That's true.
ternyata
Bit of
Virtus
a long
Pro.
cooldown. To be fair, he's also just been hitting neutral creeps
Satu-satu
this whole
mulai
time.
jatuh
So
perlahan.
Yeah.
finding something here
Spirit
for
Breaker
Yadro.
networknya sudah mulai
And Squadix is
nomor 2
currently
sekarang.
looking towards that Yules as well, which makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Super solid versus Spirit Breaker, and just a quality item.
And eventually, you know, he'll be able to build Wind Waker too, right?
That's right. We got progression on that item now.
I do love that item. That one's pretty cool.
We saw quite a few, I'd say, in the road to TI so far.
Poshka.
Duer.
They try and turn. Actually gets the Ice Vortex off. Will it be enough damage though? Lena in trouble. Charge through onto 3. Collapse. He's got to get out of there. LSA is going to connect. Stun for a while. Collapse turns. Wants to get a bash. Not going to find it. And in the end, it is going to be another kill going the way of Virtus Pro. Spirit just can't find a move. They got a chrono for kills.
Yeah, and you got noticed here mid, also pushing this in a little bit. Not going to commit though, but looks. I see. Shield rune up top there, so wants to grab that first, and yeah, immediately pings. I have a shield rune. We are taking this tower.
Yeah. Got to make the move, but already in to deny it. So, give a little tip there onto Laurel, who's having to play Viper. You know, we cheer for the Viper, and then you actually have to play it, and it feels different for the players, probably.
Well, it's interesting too because, you know, 1 point bristleback. The break isn't necessarily even. I almost think it's more valuable for the Spectre
Oh, definitely.
than it is for the bristle.
Yeah.
Di antara ini
They're
ya,
losing map.
Spirit Breaker
They've lost the mid tier 1, they've lost the top tier 1. Yadro's been hitting neutrals and the
Viper
mighty
karena
mines
punya
for a
ini,
solid
karena ini
12
break,
minutes at this point.
Although
atau
I,
ini
now
yang
they're hitting
Silver
both.
X.
I should say
Iki
that
di
this
antara ini
is like
atau ini Silver
quintessential
X.
Spirit in a way, right? When we think of
Satu-satunya
all those
item.
games that we used to watch of
Duer.
theirs, it would be a big turnaround
Duer.
kill that made everything work for them. And could this be it? Maposhka gets away as they take down the Lena. A very nice combination to get their kill.
I didn't see how that got set up, but that was really cool because he was just charging the wave. I don't know if they knew that he was nearby.
Itu satu
Right.
item
He essentially
yang
charged the wave
mengalahkan
and used that for
Spectre.
the mobility to
Yang
get in there
kedua,
for the
dia
Nether
harus
Strike.
jaga jarak dengan ini.
Maposhka's still sitting so low up there on the top
Mereka harus
side. His
bisa
collapse
satu.
is going to get ran at by Notice. TP's away.
I feel like there's games where you can tell the teams immediately after draft are like, okay, they're low on stuns.
Yeah.
Right? Because it is true. You've seen these like really quick TPs a couple times here because
Oh,
they're recognizing
pembelian
there's
aku
not a lot of
leveling
stoppers here.
mana.
Mira though, he does get stopped in his tracks there.
That is a quick kill. The Aghanim Scepter coming
Collapse
to
as
play.
well.
Very strong, and yeah, looking for more. Collapse tries to run out, gets stunned and brought down. 11-5. They are all over them.
This is the kind of swarming that you're hoping for with this lineup right now. Mid lane though, you have Yadro here. He's got Maelstrom, he's got Mask of Madness, and Ultimate Orb, and he needs to get involved. He's seeing what's happening to his team. Felt like they wanted to try and set up for something, but again, Squadix just not getting caught trying to push out waves.
He's been doing a really good job of staying active when he needs to. That kill up top there was the first death for the entire game. But we'll see if he can keep up that type of momentum. As ooh, that one hurts. That was almost the completed Octarine core done for the Spirit Breaker.
Yeah, not quite finished, so it won't be the worst
Is under attack.
here right now, but
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's definitely, if I remember back to some of those quintessential Spirit games, they'd lose a lot up until about that 20-minute mark, and then they'd make a crazy comeback happen. Can it happen again? Ice Blast is out, but the Decrypt, they don't feel comfortable going for more. Have to back away. They force out a lot of movement.
Glimpse.
But now Yadro, he's in further trouble, starts to drop, gets the time walk to get away, but I mean, it's only going to be a moment. Now, they did manage to kill Lena at the same time. They found him on the back line.
okay, nicely done. Good cleanup there from
Radiant's
Collapse.
middle tower is under
But
attack.
it is a 19-minute Spectre Radiance with Urn and Blade Mail.
That is going to be the finished Octarine core now for Collapse once his courier respawns in 1 minute. So that is a huge upgrade for the Spirit Breaker, of course. It's kind of the quintessential item of this hero right now, feels like. And then possibly eyeing up and towards that Shadow Blade after, by the looks of it. And see if they can try and break open this map a little bit.
Radiant's
But,
bottom tower
I mean, part of the problem is that Yadro only has one option right now. He has to hunt for a kill. That's what they went and they did. They feel like, can they really attack and set up on a tower with these heroes? Not really, you
No.
know?
No, there really isn't much push on either team. I mean, Lena to some extent, but we've seen what can happen. Like, if they commit hard onto Lena, she's going to die. Has to play it a little bit more conservatively back away from the buildings. As 20-minute mark comes around, still only a 3,000 gold lead. For doubling their kills, Virtus Pro haven't been able to create that separation you want to see yet.
Certainly true.
Oh, there's the Midas. We're good. Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
now we're sorted. Okay.
As they hold down this bottom lane and Virtus Pro take the top side of the map, the other thing that you might start thinking about would be a Roche play. Obviously can take it to some extent with the Bristleback, having that minus armor, but not a great Roche taking lineup until that Spectre gets into Manta, really.
Not a whole lot of vision out on the map either for Virtus Pro. Might be something they're trying to fix right now. Not sure if they have some boards coming out. There's tons of vision currently for Team Spirit, which is really important for the Spirit Breaker.
As soon as he shows up on the wave, and Collapse is just sitting there, taunting as they go on him, realizing you can't actually go for that kill. And then they back away. Yeah, they barely tickled him. I mean, do you think that maybe if you're Team Spirit, you think about getting active when you know that Haunt is down, or is it just too low of cooldown?
I think you might want to wait until they feel pressured to like go for towers or set up for Roche. Like I wouldn't want to waste Chrono right now. Is how I would think about it for Team Spirit, right? Like if you could find a fight maybe near Roche, that could be worth it. I think they're definitely capable of taking it if they get a significant kill. But then you have to worry about things like, you know, is it going to be valuable enough for a buyback Shadow Step?
Right.
You know, could that create some serious issues for us? Collapse has also purchased up the planar pocket.
Oh, wow.
Like a straight up purchase early on, which I think, I don't know, maybe I'm
I don't know if I've ever seen that.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
But the magic resistance is just so ridiculous this game.
Right.
That that's certainly the best reasoning for it. And of course, if you do catch the right spell,
Yeah.
it is insanely
Bola
valuable.
sudah mulai membeli.
But like when you're trying to get Shadowblade and stuff, that seems like a really heavy investment.
Sementara
It
ya
is.
Toro
He has no
membeli
game
item
from
save.
Tormentor though. That is for sure. He is
Betul
top of the
Lincoln
board right now
mantap.
for Team Spirit. So.
Right. Yeah, if you want it, you
Tapi
gotta
nanti
get
tidak
it.
ada damage.
I mean, I guess it is, like you said, just a crazy amount of magic resistance that does help out.
Duer.
As down bottom, they managed to find Maposhka, who Glimmer Cave's trying to escape. Actually, almost survived that one, but the jump forward, Chrono now onto two, but the LSA! Oh, he's in Chrono! Is it still going to be enough to get him out, though? The Decrep is there, along with the Yule Scepter, charged through onto Sage. They find him the second go. Moving forward onto Squadix.
the
They get him with the Bushwhack. They need a little bit more damage, but they're not finding him. The LSA to save his own life in a Chrono. Even time can't stop this guy.
And he finally got Seiyushin at the same time, which is so unlikely to happen. This is an Aether Lens Pugno with Glimmer. Like, what are the chances you catch him inside the Chrono with Alina? You finally do it, and he gets off a godly LSA to save himself, and into the Roche pit they go. 5k lead, potential Aegis being set up for them right now. This is everything Virtus Pro wanted with their draft.
I don't know if Virtus Pro heard. Oh no! Oh no!
Duer.
Oh, notice Roche is angry. He's coming for him. It's Spirit Breaker too. He's charging through. I think he's gonna finish this one off. It's very close, and no damage. They take him down. Collapse says no. This isn't your Roche. I'm coming in for more. Tries to find more damage. Can he get away? He's slowed. He's silenced. LSA to finish.
Ooh. The supports were smoked, trying to get here as fast as possible.
Hey yo, that Bristleback kill though, right?
I mean, got him.
Now they moving in, but Roche, it's already gonna fall. I mean, Spirit are right up on that hill, but they're just a couple of seconds too late. Do they still want to take this fight,
They're
though?
feeling desperate.
Mira
They want a
looking,
little something.
Bushwhack, it's online. Can they get it? But the silence is already there. Grimstroke on point. And with the Soulbind out, leashed up, FNG is gonna die, but they wanted more.
Hoping to get a bigger kill there.
Itulah seorang support. Balik, aku tak mati, tak
Grimstroke
mati.
is very good, man.
Si
This
mati
hero
loh,
is
bro.
crazy.
Yeah, Silence has
Supportnya
been
ambil
really on
carry
point
nih,
so far, as
goblok
well as those
juga.
Inkswells too.
Ya itulah Archon gameplay.
But yeah, 4 points in Phantom's Embrace, 4 points Inkswell. Looking really good here, and I mean, negative win rate, so it must be bad.
Iya enggak ya?
Apparently.
Yeah,
Yeah, not
that's
bad.
how it works, I think.
Well, to be fair though, it is on Radiant, so you know that was a positive win.
fair.
Right?
Yeah.
4 minutes left on this Aegis, and we'll see what they decide to do with it. Virtus Pro smoke up as 3. They've got Spectre on the other side of the map ready to join them. Now Spirit, they're also very grouped together with the exception of Collapse. Depending on how this fight goes, could turn their fortune slightly. 10 seconds until Chrono.
Wah, Spectre
Yeah,
mah ini mah
they can't
baru
go for
minta
that
izin nih.
deep
Dia
dive right
izin
now.
tak kali kok.
Team Spirit are just going to back out, go and play a little bit more defensively around their Ancients and Tormentor. But I I think to feel comfortable and like, I mean, you can never feel comfortable against Team Spirit, but I really want to see Virtus Pro pull in the lead out further over the next couple of minutes here.
Well, we'll see if they can fight back here.
Collapse, charges in, finds one, notice he's in front, a lot of damage out onto Lena, but now the turn onto Laurel, can't stand a chance. There's way too much damage coming out with BKB on a notice. Can't do anything.
They're just gonna retreat back. Collapse just charging across the map right now.
Yeah.
And so some pretty cool ideas here. They have this ward in the mid lane that's giving him some like preemptive vision on the waves, which is something that's going to be super important for the Spirit Breaker to keep the game going. So the deeper wards that you can get as the supports on Team Spirit, that'll allow Collapse to try and catch these waves just randomly across the map. And he's just able to charge right through them. And well, there it is, folks. The 26-minute Midas for the Viper. I hope your seats are comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
Team Spirit are going to try and do what they can to take this game as late as possible.
I mean, we'll see if it actually works out, but notice he's getting charged again. Collapse, he sees that ice path. He's hungry, although the Ice Blast is about to wear out, so it's going to have to cancel that charge. It's Kiritich. It's going to get connected by the Bushwhack, and Collapse runs right by Squadix. As he's just going to head out across map. But yeah, I mean, you can see Laurel, like, obviously late Midas getting picked up for the Viper. He has not had a great game. It's been feeling pretty bad so far for the old Viper.
It's a risky pick. I feel like every time you see a Viper, everyone kind of thinks it. It's like, I wonder if they'll pick Viper this game. They never really do, but grabbing it here. Not working out so far. Yeah, got that courier though. I mean, this is the kind of stuff you got to do. That was actually the completed Aghanims right now, so no Flame Cloak for Squadix.
Oh, yeah.
Collapse. Oh.
Why did
They
you?
find him. Although, charge through, tries to escape Yule's long range, gets caught and will be punished. That's what you get for ulti my courier.
And noticed right now.
Oh, yeah.
Insane move. Buys a Blink Dagger. Because how do you start these fights right now as Virtus Pro, right? They don't actually have these like normal initiation styles, right?
No.
So he's just going to get in there. Bastard's going to start a fight.
Oh my goodness. And now Maposhka tries to escape. There is no escape. The old pig man takes him down.
It's such a good read on the game from Notice. He's like, I can't die.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to blink. Whatever like objective we want to take, I'm just going to blink on it. And then that's going to give vision for my Spectre. It's going to give lots of space for my Lena. I might get Inkswelled and saved with the hard Dispel, right? I got Pugna backing me up here as well. We got 2 Yules, we got Glimmers, we got Decraps. So I'm just going in.
I mean, and speaking of, you know, these going in builds, oh, Yadro. Yeah, I mean, he gets the Wisdom Rune, but he's going to pay for that. No, time off. Gets away, time dilation. Chrono now on to 1, wants to find that kill.
Okay.
Says, yeah,
Okay.
I'll take that one and get out. Why not?
All right, he's getting
Okay.
the crowd likes that. Team Spirit fans in the building.
I mean, that's what you need to do to get back in this game.
Oh, he's getting the Lotuses. Oh, there's so many. 1, 2, 3.
Meanwhile, Laurel.
He can't even get them all.
Mati cuk Zal.
Going to drop. Notice is too strong.
Iki ngana yo, sakit pure.
My God.
Yadro has found a bounty
It's
of Lotuses up top. He actually couldn't even keep farming them all. There were too many.
Yeah,
Leave them be.
They need whatever they can get at this point in the game, not gonna lie.
Enggak
You know, he
maksudnya.
actually did get the Vindicator
Kok
stacks too,
skill
by the
lorongnya
way,
sakit
which
jadi pure kok.
kind of the luckiest thing with the build that he
Pure
went, of
damage.
course. That is the
BKB
dream.
tembus ya dulu.
It's terrifying.
Dude, blink Ags Bristleback in every game, please. I want
Bisa
it.
tembus cuk. Anu,
That is awesome looking.
tembus BKB
I
loh.
mean, he gets overwhelming. But I mean, he's going Lotus
Apa
next. He doesn't need
damage-
anything else
anu,
besides
damage-
this. You just need to stay
damage-
alive.
Yeah, finally
Actually,
finding a
for-
way into a later Dispel other than like the hardcore BKB. So I won't have to BKB for like time dilations every single time or something.
BB rusak cuk saiki cuk.
Right now, nobody home on the side of Team Spirit with no Aegis for a while. They're still feeling I mean, we've seen a lot of high ground pushes go badly. Oh, Virtus Pro, is this going to be a little bit too bold of a move, or are they comfortable just continuing to make this? They'll force out the glyph. Do they
Wah,
stick
Lincoln
around for
tuh,
more?
Lincoln or
They seem to have the heroes for it, but I can't help but feel uncomfortable. We've seen so many high ground pushes go bad, but a Yule Scepter lift up. Have they found the secret, the way to break it onto Collapse? He's stunned, but there's the Bushwhack. Ice Blast afterwards connects. Notice starting to fall lower and lower, but not going to go down. And with Spectre in the backlines destroying Mapochka, he's finding more. Kiritich tries to TP out. Does he have a way to escape? The life drain heals them back up, and now
Where?
Laurel also in trouble.
Where?
Virtus Pro say we don't want to go late game.
sing liyane tarung sing iki
Yadro
cut wave
not
cuk.
there to help out VP. Trying to put the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, he's got no chrono. Not a whole lot he can do in the situation. Trying to delay as much as they can, but they need him if they want to hit these ice blasts. If they want to do some crazy combos.
Not gonna happen. They're onto him again.
Yeah, they're the ones getting comboed right now. And that Agnum's, after getting killed on the courier, finally delivered to Squad X. So things only getting harder now for Team Spirit.
My goodness.
They have to find some crazy vortex, boomerang, insane magic amplification damage here for Yadro to try and get a kill. And then he's going to be chronoless.
Man. Well, he jumps in and then the blink away from the bristleback immediately. I mean, you talked about
Shadow Step.
Looking.
Shared it. Oh, Spectre players, no dust. All right, everyone relating right now.
Oh, gotta run away, run away. Those illusions are gonna kill you, Mira. Oh, run, keep running, scurry away from there, a little hoodwink. Dude, she's going down, oh my God. That was, that jump in at the last second there was almost enough to take down the hoodwink.
Just a little bit of panic.
I really like this Blink Dagger on Bristleback.
It was so good. It was a great pickup.
Blown open the game as we take another look at this fight and what could have been something from Collapse, but just gets absolutely demolished there inside the base.
It's tough because what can you really achieve with this defense, I guess, right? I think they were maybe just hoping they could dissuade them a little bit because they know they can't win a full fight without the Chronosphere. But Roche may respawn in 5 seconds here, so that's definitely what Virtus Pro are playing for. They just want to get the Aegis, go back towards the high ground. Pretty simple for them at this point. And it's going to be a 2-minuter here. So some time for Team Spirit. Can they get anything that can change the game?
Basic attack itu kan
It's a tough one.
besok
I
PKB
mean,
kan
yeah,
tembus.
it feels like it needs to be better
Tapi
fights, but
gimmick iki lho.
Virtus Pro are playing such disciplined
Gimmick
Dota
iki
that
nih,
they're
masa
not giving
tembus
them those
pisang
opportunities.
lho.
Now, a smoke up and finding one
Itu ikut
separated
ikut
might
pure
be the
gimmick.
answer.
Waduh.
Yadro right in front of Kirtich,
Ah,
but
ya imbang, Cok.
Ayush right next to him too. Jump in, bushwhack there. They find Notice already dead.
Aduh,
Moshka, no ice blast
kamu
got out.
Chrono
And now they're in trouble. They
kesalahan,
gotta
bro.
run away. Kirtich onto him. Chasing, looking for more. Leashed. Now trying to escape. Collapse. Gets the charge through. Connects onto him. Another bushwhack. Jump back from Yadro. Laro, he can't get away as quickly. They're gonna run down. This Viper doesn't have anywhere else to hide. Notice the charge is going out onto him. Collapse needs to get away, but he is gonna die. The Flame Coat bonus. The blink forward from the Lina. They're just finding kill after kill after kill. Virtus Pro will not be denied. This game #1, they want to take the lead as they head straight on in. But these tier 4 towers, as a matter of fact, say, yeah, we don't need another Rax.
Man, we don't get to see a lot of Lina these days, but what a game from Squad X. Just perfectly positioned this entire game. 9-2-9.
Oh.
And then utilizing the Flame Cloak as well to just fly
Make
right over the wall.
kurang.
Just hiding in the trees,
Gede.
lurking
Juga
behind all of his
super.
allies. A Spectre and Bristle
Tercounter
up front,
oleh
making it
Lina.
so simple. And the backup saves of
AG.
FNG.
They've had enough.
I mean, what a game.
They can't do anything. Absolutely perfect performance from Virtus Pro. This young squad of players led by one old head in FNG. A very similar formula to how Team Spirit won TI just 2 years ago. We'll see if they can make it happen again, but already Virtus Pro off to a great start as they're going to claim that victory. And that crowd, let them hear it.
Giving it up here. I mean, yeah, TI, very unpredictable here. All right, no game is ever easy on the stage here. Virtus Pro making sure that Team Spirit are going to have to fight for it here, despite being some of the defending champions of the Aegis.
I mean, and again, I can't shout out enough. Notice, I mean, how many of these games at this TI, and even in the lead up to it, have we seen where there's been like consistent, you know, the game gets delayed, the supports are pushing out lanes, constantly delaying, Midas. And instead, this one, they find the Blink Daggers to just run in and find pickoffs. I mean, Lina had a Blink Dagger. When was the last time we saw that?
Yeah, it was a hard commitment, and it's very scary in this meta, right? We've had several teams struggle in these situations. You buy these items, and then suddenly, oh, we're not winning. Oh, the Blink didn't pay off. And now it feels like maybe I should have committed for the late game instead.
Right.
But just a fantastic job here for securing things here for Virtus Pro, and knowing they had to win.
Well, they knew that they had to win. We'll see if they have what it takes to pull it back in game #2 for Team Spirit. For now, we're going to head on back to the panels to break down all the action.
Thank you guys so much. I mean, Virtus Pro, they had a monumental task against them. They've done it in game 1. It is a best of 3, so there are still some chances for Team Spirit to be able to come back. But in this game 1, there was no space for them. This team is known for creating space for themselves. Yutoro being able to farm seemingly off the map, out of nowhere, coming into a team fight and being one of the most farmed cores, but it didn't happen this time around. Maybe the changes to Spec, Kiritich on Spec is all that needed to happen, Chief.
I'm sorry, VP, I wasn't familiar with your game. I mean, holy shit, they played so well. They played their timings perfectly, they built their items perfectly, like they were just on it. I think Team Spirit struggled so much to ever get any foot in the game. Like this Bristle free farms so hard. You know, like when he's coming out at such a high level with all the items that he wants, and you can't do the damage against him because of like his Pugna and all these items. Viper does not like being ran at, and he struggled.
I mean, I think a lot of, you know, we mentioned that they have no really active heroes on the line side, you know, on the side of VP, but Spectre early on, Kiritich, he made so many space by himself, just, you know, haunting onto heroes and killing them, then killing towers by himself and creating so much space for his team, along with the notice. When he got his timings, he bought a blink and he made a pickoffs on Bristleback himself. Like, who is doing pickoffs on Bristleback ever, you know? Like, these players, they were so in state of, like, this flow, where they would just, like, not have any fear playing against Team Spirits, you know, the TI champions. They just won Riyadh as well. They won another tournament. And look at this VP, they're just so confident. They're just doing their plays. And even by themselves sometimes, like alone completely. And every move that Team Spirit had to make, like Virtus Pro was ready for that. Their supports was already there, preventing that move from happening.
Yeah, and for me, I feel like VP, they just perfectly understood how to shut down Yatoro, right? He's finishing the game 2-3-2. Think about every chrono. 8 minute, he chrono to run away from a fight. Or at like 22 minutes, Lena preemptively LSAs to prevent the chrono from being effective.
That was the most beautiful line tracker I've ever seen. To be able to get the positioning, the timing, knowing everything that was about to play out, saved him. It was phenomenal.
And then on top of that, 28 minutes, he's chronoing again to keep himself alive. And 29, they lose rank. So I feel like they just perfectly understood if you prevent the chronos from coming off correctly, from connecting with the AA blast, with the toxins, then they're going to be in a difficult spot. So yeah, VP perfectly understanding how to just shut down Yatoro in the space of void. Not a single chrono which was actually kind of impactful at progressing the game for Team Spirit.
I think the big issue was that Laurel has a Viper, right? And if you're not buying some Royal Fados on that hero, you kind of like, you don't have any like space to make moves. And this is what they were like in this trio that could run around and make space for Collapse and Yatoro to farm, but they didn't have that. They tried these moves for a few times, but Virtus Pro prevented that, and from that point on, like, it's very hard to come back into the game for Spirit.
Viper does not protect his carries farm. Like, he's just not that hero unless he's owning. So it was just very difficult for them to ever do anything. And I also want to point out, like, when you said he uses chrono defensively, I really loved them being so in tune with like the timings of the map. They were using like the wisdom room bait, right? Like Yatoro showed up on their side of the map, they set up for it, they took advantage of that. I think VP were just very, it felt like they were very clear-headed in everything that they were doing that game.
Look, that could have been, we talked about the 4-day break, right? That could have been the factor as to why they're able to come so prepared of different VP than we saw at the early stages of group stage. But we're not going to be talking about just this game. We got to check in with the ground, the crowd. We got to check in with Tsunami.
Okay lah.
That's right. I'm here to give you all a lay of the land as we are here in the Seattle Convention Center, referred to as the Summit, and I want to take you on a brief little tour. Right now, standing behind me is our foreign language panels. We got a Russian, Spanish, and Chinese up there on what we call the Fortress. Now, why is it called the Fortress? As you can see, it's got some castle-y imagery, the stone wall. We got these flags, and we've got a barrier encouraging us to show respect, show deference, because this is the road to the international after all. And as these teams get through the castle, well, they gotta go into their booths. On these booths, we have brought them back. You saw the blog post, Argon infused, and some nice little plush carpet as well. Oh, so luxurious. Very clean also. And carpeted. They face off against each other because they are hoping to get the Aegis. As you can see, we have two sides of the crowd here. One behind me. Guys, you're behind me, right? Yeah, they're behind me. And we got that side over there. Hey, you guys over there? How's it going? Right now they're taking pictures with the Aegis, but we are on our journey to figure out who's going to win that Aegis. This is the other team, and looks like this might be the winning booth because VP is playing in there as we make our journey to the English casters. Give us a wave, Gabe and Trent. How's it going?
What?
Give us a wave.
I can't hear. I
Give us
can't
a wave.
hear you.
I can't hear you.
No,
That's
radio silence.
yeah.
Bye.
Bye! That's the English casters, and up on our fortress is the English panel. There's Slacks! Oh, fair Slacks! Let down your hair, Slacks!
Shut up, Tsunami. Thank you very much. Hello down there, everyone. What a great view. Yeah, it's pretty cool in here, man. I like this. You know, fort over here, some blue in the middle. I like to dub this place Two Forts. I made it up myself. It's a completely me reference, but incredible stuff. The crowd is up. It's early. It's before noon. They're still screaming. What a cool game. And the view up here is phenomenal. I truly feel like some kind of Dota bourgeois. But yeah, that's your little tour of the panel, the whole arena. So we'll send it back to that panel. Back to you. Back to you, panel.
Oh, Slacks, you're right there. I didn't even. Hello.
I am right here.
Oh, bugs around here, Slacks. This man has absolutely no respect for the fortress. Did you not hear Tsunami? We deem respect on this fortress over here, Slacks. Be gone with you. We're gonna draw our eyes away from the arena, the beautiful arena that is here down at the convention center in Seattle. You guys can still come down. The weekend is only beginning for us, in this series is still only beginning. Game 1 was done and dusted. We loved the look of Virtus Pro, and I think it's pretty easy to say everyone underestimated what they were going to bring to the table today, Shape.
Oh yeah, I did. I straight up went out there and said, yeah,
Okay,
I
ako
think we can all
matutusan.
say the Team Spirit are the favorites. Yeah, great
Tama
job,
sa
Team
akin.
Spirit. Good job. Let's go. No.
Yeah, little did we know Virtus Pro were actually the Mega Minds all along. And look, it's not your fault. Maybe there's just not enough information out there about them. And if you're falling in that category, that you don't know much about VP, then listen up, because we got a video giving you all the details about this team, Virtus Pro.
4th DPC started, manager approached me and basically asked me, do you want to play? I kind of wanted to play, but it's hard to start from the zero, right? You need to get players, you need to get a slot into DPC, and obviously it was a good chance to come back and teach new players. They don't have experience, so it was like my main goal. We kind of succeeded in the end because we made it to TI, but the results weren't the best.
Consistently placing 4th in each tour meant Virtus Pro missed out on the majors. However, their fortunes turned in the Eastern European qualifiers. Under FNG's inspiring leadership, the team clinched the coveted remaining spot for the international.
Even if you experience, it doesn't mean that you will be a good captain or a good player, a good teammate, and so on. It still takes some time and it still takes some results. You basically need to show your teammates that they have to respect you. At least for me, but maybe for some other people, like Papi, for example. Everybody respects Papi, you know, he doesn't need to prove anything, but I'm other guys, not Papi. I never wanted to be a captain. I'm the most laziest person in the world. I would like to sit at my home, do nothing and get money, you know, live my life. But for some reason, it's always been like that in teams that I played. They want to have a leader, and that's basically what happened in a lot of my teams. Adaptation is a skill that helps you to work on issues that happen right now and do it in one day. Not like, okay, I need whole months basically to fix this issue. No, you have a game tomorrow. You need to fix it right now. This is, I would say, what is like the biggest thing in this team that I hope we will bring into TI.
I'd say they've done a pretty good job of adaptation. Reza, I mean, how would you feel? You had it last year, you had that week break, but now there's a whole nother week between groups and going on. Like, what did you guys do during that time for last TI, and what do you think VP did to be able to come in so strong for the series?
I mean, you're usually trying to figure out the best heroes for the meta and like figure out the things that people are not using to beat them. For example, like you see this Viper, people probably thought about like how to counter the Bristleback and Spectre. So they found this Viper, but Viper doesn't really fit in the overall strategy, right? Where you have 3 heroes that are running around together and making space. So I think teams most of the time, like they're playing pops and trying to figure out like to be ahead a little bit ahead of everybody else to, come to here and make their own stuff happen, and not like, for other teams not to expect that.
Yeah. On top of that, it's like actually you have a captain like FNG where if a player comes to you and says, all right, I really want to play, let's say, Zeus mid or Kotal mid, right? Other captains, other teams might just put that straight away down. It's like, no, we don't want to deal with that. But I think for FNG, we're kind of seeing a little bit of just open-mindedness. Like, okay, I'm down to accept this new idea, and then we'll try and incorporate it in. Of course, like Spectre, only like, 10, 11 games so far at TI, but Kiritich is now 4-4 and wins, like undefeated. So small things like this help a team make runs at TI for sure.
It does feel like their players have freedom what they want to do in the game. They don't have like strict plan of like, 25 minutes, we get this time and we go there. But they have like freedom of like Spectre Kiritich, he wants to hound in, and on the other side of the map he does it because like they have this freedom, and FNG is basically the captain of like allowing these players to have free, free feel in the game.
Do you feel that he plays Spec in a different way as well, Sheep? Like, people could still play Spec passively, you could still do the stereotypical of what Spec used to want to do, wait until that 35-minute mark to really be active, or with this change that she had to her ult being a, lower cooldown, you kind of have to be more active. It's not a Kiritich thing, it's just how the hero has to be now.
Yeah, I don't think you have to do anything, but if the hero gives you a tool to allow you to do something, it's foolish not to. So I think having the haunt be so low cooldown now and be able to just go on that one person, especially when your team's having a good game and they can do and set things up for you. I mean, he's obviously like pushing it as hard as you can. You want to get the maximum efficiency out of your hero. Yeah. I just think, like, typically you look at Lena, you look at Bristleback. These are not heroes that are setting up for a Spectre to go in on someone. So he's clearly like playing up and doing better and playing really well. So he's really good at this hero.
Yeah, I think what they found, sorry, go ahead.
No, please go ahead.
No, I think what they found really good in their team is that Kiritich has been able to play kind of like position 3 for their team, and like the way he's playing Bristleback and Spectre, for example, he's making space for his both cores to be able to farm.
Yeah, and I think that Kiritich is just showing really good just minimap awareness, because when you're playing Spectre, like in that previous game, he's haunting on opportunities that presenting him. Like he's finding like the AA far away from tier 1 tower, boom, you're now dead. Like a second, Void's now farming jungle. Let me go take that tower. Like he's looking at his own game. He's not waiting for his team to say, please come help me. It's like he's just playing his own little mini games as well, which is exceptional to have for like the first type of TI. Like you have no pressure already.
Yeah. He does create those opportunities for himself, that's very true, and it takes like a lot of brain power to understand where the heroes on the map and to be able to go to this AA and know that there's not going to be TPs and you're not going to die for it.
It's impressive for himself, impressive enough that we have to ban out the Spec towards game 2 for Team Spirit. You're just like, we don't even question giving the Spec over to him anymore. It needs to be taken out, or that's not really the problem. The Bristol should have been answered more because it was a first pick, and they still didn't really be able to deal with it with this Viper. The break just wasn't enough.
I think giving away Spectre and Bristleback is...
Both of them. You just take both of them out.
No, just at least one. Just take away one.
Which one? Which one?
I thought you were saying which one.
John, it's your moment. Which one? Which one?
I would get rid of Bristleback.
There we go.
Spectre, you can take advantage of. Bristleback, too annoying, man. Too annoying.
I disagree. I think their best strategy...
Wrong.
So you would rather come up against the Bristle? Really? Oh, we can see those teams there, they're prepping themselves. They're going to be coming out here so everyone can put their hands together as we see our teams returning to stage at Team Spirit Virtus Pro game number 2. We can still keep talking about these teams. They're going to be hearing you now, Shiv. You're going to be nice to them.
I love these teams. Let's go. Your biggest fan.
I definitely had full faith in you, Virtus Pro. I mean, we had more information on them, so it's only fair that we give Team Spirit their limelight and we find out some more information about our TI-10 champions.
Торонто Токио ушел из команды, потому что, я думаю, нам нужна была замена. У нас были внутриигровые разногласия с ним. Нам нужно было освежить команду к этому еще, потому что мы 2 года играли одним составом. И нам нужен был новый человек, свежая кровь, так сказать. Я думаю, все это сложилось вместе, и мы приняли такое решение. Мы искали разных мидеров после того, как кикнули Торонто Токио, но остановились на Ларле. Все очень легко находили контакты с Ларлом, Нам он очень нравится и в плане мужчины, и в плане игровом, так что я думаю, что у нас очень позитивная динамика.
Team Spirit wrapped up the DPC season in a mediocre 10th place. But post-DPC, they dominated, both at Riyadh and then Dream League just a month later.
На Рияде у нас все это вместе стакнулось, и не было никаких уже проблем игровых, неигровых и так далее. И мы просто хорошо сыграли, и нашего уровня игры было достаточно, чтобы победить. У нас быстрее начал происходить прогресс. Мы начали больше решать каких-то игровых моментов, можно сказать.
Anjay.
Я просто люблю побеждать
Taunting
турниры.
dulu.
А так как я играю в доту,
Taunting
предельно
itu
хорошо,
setelah game
я играю
selesai.
на хороших турнирах
Bukan waktu
и
game.
просто стараюсь побеждать каждый и ненавижу проигрывать.
23 rembak.
I feel like that's pretty consistent with a lot of Dota players. They just simply like to win tournaments. They hate losing, Reza.
Yeah, it seems like the name of the game. You love
Yeah,
winning and
winning
you hate
good.
losing, and then you become a champion. No, it doesn't work like that. I like what he said about Lara. He's like, we like him as a man. Like,
He's a good man.
He's a good man.
TMA, very positive.
That's like he does look like a good man, the Lara. No, but it's been a tough road for them. Like since the beginning, they had to put so much effort into making this team, work together, and like they had to go through the patch of Collapse not being able to play summon heroes, and hopefully this patch is not there anymore, so he's fine now. He can play his Spirit Breaker. And the Lara also, like, he made such a big improvements, like fitting to this team and like adapting for Yatora and Collapse and on side lanes.
Dude, I'm very passionate about LoL. I loved LoL on his old team going into Spirit. Like, I was very excited for this. And I know a lot of people like talk down because he's not super flashy, but like that's kind of the name of it. When you listen to his teammates talk about him or other players like GPK talk about it, it's like he is stable. He does what he has to do, and that's what I love. Apparently, he's just really nice to play with. Like, he's disciplined, calm, understands what to do. He's got better macro, which has improved since joining the team. Like, he is just improving and playing well, and everyone's happy with him.
And he's good as a man.
I want to jump in quickly because this series has to continue. Our game number 2 draft is almost ready.
10 seconds remaining.
Bukan almost ready, already.
Spirit versus Virtus Pro. Game 2.
Virtus Pro took game number 1. We saw it there in our banner. They had that little mark against themselves, which means this game 2, there is a lot more pressure. I think coming into the series, you can go, if we lose, we were expected to lose. But now game 2, people are seeing what you were able to deliver in game 1. And are you able to get a similar draft for yourself in game number 2, T?
I feel like, again, for Virtus Pro right now, the Spectre is so key for them. They are undefeated on the hero. This isn't going to be something we're going to talk about first phase, but second phase, maybe it's something that you have to consider. If you're that one ban available, do you throw a quick, bit of respect towards it? If not, like, what are the heroes that you're going to start picking up to preemptively prepare yourself for this?
We were arguing. Rezo, you thought the Spectre was more important than the Bristle?
I think the Spectre is more important for this team, yeah, because they like to play heavily, like, greedy on the notice. And for that to happen, Kiridic needs to be an active hero, like, CK or Spectre. And Spectre just, like, tends to be everywhere on the map. And it's like he's been playing this extremely well. I don't know what his KDA on the Spectre, but it's like beyond 20 or 30, I think, in this tournament.
So the ability of Spec being active, being everywhere, having that global presence is more important than just being a tanky body like Bristle. That hero could almost be replaced by anyone else in your eyes.
Yes, I think especially for this Virtus Pro, I think they're the only one team that actually playing the Spectres, and they're playing very, 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 very well. So you have to address it in a way.
Will Team Spirit think that Bristle is more of the issue? That was the hero they couldn't deal with, so it's taken out. They don't even want to run back the Spirit Breaker for themselves. They're a second pick, maybe afraid that Virtus Pro are going to pick it up in that first phase, and that could be a question mark that they're not willing to deal with.
Maybe. My personal thoughts on the Bristle was that it just seems more annoying than Spectre. I think Spectre somewhat gives an easier lane to the off lane if you let it through. and then later you have Bristle, who does, I feel like, more damage sooner than a Spectre does, especially when you get the Ags and you have that Cool Spray. I just feel like these timings are way more annoying to play into than Spectre, although I do completely agree that they ramp up that timing with her ult and just play really well off it.
It also doesn't help that you don't get to utilize the twin gates on Team Spirit. You avoid after a bad game, he's laning backwards. The Spirit Breaker also, he's just farming himself. So you're never really seeing Spirit utilize the map and how it's kind of set up now, where it's like you throw some 8-minute rotation in, you get that quick Chrono kill. Because in a good game, faces Void with Chrono, you jump in twin gate, you kill your enemy carry, you pressure that safe lane tower, and then you're kind of progressing the map while still farming. But when you're playing into a hero like Bristle, it's not occurring. So for VP at least, yeah, the Bristle's gone. Now I'm trying to think, okay, what's that next replacement offlaner that can continue the same level of pressure to prevent Spirit from hitting their stride and how they play the map?
Well, look, note ban changes from Virtus Pro. Game 1, Game 2 bans are going to be the exact same for themselves. They feel that they're still the heroes that are tough to deal with on the side of Team Spirit, but instead opening up with this Phoenix. Now, we have seen a lot of Phoenix, but how much first pick Phoenix have we seen so far in the road to the International? I know T's got it. I know, that's why I'm throwing it out there. I know T has it.
We have seen it an unhealthy amount of times, and of course it helps that Mirana, pretty irrelevant hero, Snapfire. PSG Quest got eliminated pretty early, so we're not seeing that one anymore. Like, this hero, it's just the anti-Phoenix heroes are already kind of out of meta, and on top of that, we're seeing a lot of these strength heroes getting picked up, a lot of melee heroes, so there isn't that traditional egg hitter. Even like the position 4, it's Grimstrokes and Skyroth. So yeah, I think a first phase Phoenix, incredibly strong, should be able to play out most games if the player can position the egg. Of course, they can't put a bad egg out and still die, but
it's also the percentage-based damage, right?
Yeah.
Like, you have to have that in times of Heart of Tarask being bought every game almost. So you gotta be able to deal with the tanky guys. But I'm surprised that Timber is like completely ignored. I know like he's been nerfed a lot, but I think still like that hero is one of the better ones against like Bristols, against Primal Beast, because you can chop down like percentage-based damage on them.
By the way, I went and had a look. Phoenix mostly picked up in the second phase. I think it's like 20 of the times that she has been picked up, it is in that second phase there. So we'll see if they're going to focus on Phoenix, try and pick up an egg hitter for themselves, even though, like T was saying, a lot of people who play it, a lot of those heroes are kind of out of that meta. Grimstroke going back, they liked it to Team Spirit. Now it's going to be paired with that Tusk. Tusk have any flex in your eyes, or now with the patch, the way that we're going, Tusk is still pretty much just going to be a 4. We won't really see it in mid like we used to see earlier this year.
Spirit have played at 5 so far with Mapochka.
Oh, so an interchange between 4 and 5, Grim and Tusk.
And I feel like right now, it's such a nice pairing because the Tusk sets up for just an aggressive lane with Jotaro. So you can get some kills. And then on top of that, you have Grimstroke, who's going to be wanting that body to throw Inkswell on and get in. And now if you have a position 5 that gets Inkswell, you know that you're kind of sacrificing a support, not going, please offlaner, go die for my Inkswell to go pop. It's a nice little front combo, very in your face. Of course, very punishable to egg. If you initiate onto that Phoenix, and during Snowball, Punch, and the bug, you don't kill him, now your supports are kind of in a very awkward spot and probably going to be dying.
I would like to see a bit more burst damage from Spirit to like combo with the supports, right? You're not really utilizing the Grim ult right now. You want to be able to kill through the Phoenix Sunray. Like there's currently, last game they picked up this AA, right? So like we're gonna go anti-heal, we're gonna try and deal with it this way. This time they don't have anti-heal.
Look at a silent face. These openings, like what? I'm confused too. I have the same face right now. Like what are these two?
To pick you
right up.
Oh, I love these picks.
No, it's a good picks, but in this particular order right here.
Yeah.
Phoenix into mid and carry. It's like they're statement picks for sure. It's like we're gonna play our game. We don't care what you're going for. This is our draft.
They give everything. 100%. Man. There's so much stun, lockdown damage.
And it might be the flex as well, the CK for them, right? Did Notice play it before?
No, we were talking, because I was going to say that too, but we were talking about how Collapse was the one playing it, and that could be flex on Team Spirit. So, look, it could still be a potential for Virtus Pro, but off the information we have of what they've been doing in the days off, it's looking to fulfill that carry position right now.
I can feel it.
I think Muerta is one of the better heroes that's been left for the Phoenix egg, right? Like you can just shot with the...
You also buy attack speed naturally on the hero, and the lane's also very good because you have your melee Tusk with the range carry. The lane should somewhat play itself out, and
I'm just not a big fan against CK. I think CK is way too strong for Muerta.
I think if Muerta can get her positioning, it's fine. But if CK is explosive and already on top of you, it's like okay, the fight's gone. So I think it's about vision and kind of everything else there, and that's why for Spirit, some like maybe Brewmaster style offlaner that can just create so much noise to start the fight, give Murta the entry with her positioning. She'll buy Silver Edge.
I love your suggestion. I think Brewmaster is great here.
They go for a puck instead. Ah, well. Very annoying though. Like, VP's lockdown, it isn't that clean. It's a Chaos Bolt, Cold Snap, like, they're not stopping puck. So Lyle, he's already got a Rampage so far in the Road to TI group stage. This is one of those games that it could happen again. And he's also not afraid to itemize for the Ags from the Mjolnir with the talents. Like, play on the fact that his coil can do the right clicks for him. With a CK, he pops ult, you coil, you step back. Those illusions are going to slowly die.
I'm just not a big fan, because what is that? Is it Invoker position 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could
5?
No, it's the TA support, of course, right? No, it's
Nice. I love that TA pickup, and I didn't like the Muerta and Puck together. I think like it's very squishy to have those two heroes together. Like you need somebody to be in front of you, and Tusk is not enough. Like Tusk is gonna just like disappear quickly. So you need something like Brewmaster or like Tidehunter to create space and like be that front guy for them. And I don't think it's gonna be enough even.
Usually like your Toro, he's going to want to play like the triangle area, like the double ancients. You're playing Muerta, you have ways now to like take these stacks. You're going to want to buy like your Mjolnir, you want to buy this BKB, you want to buy all these items that they tend to go. They like to get the Hurricane Pike, so they have that force off play around. You want to have this area to really hard farm on Muerta. That's like how pros tend to play her. And usually you have like the bodies that protect you. It's going to be on like Tusk, it's going to be on Lol to be able to make plays and stop them from being able to invade that area. Because if they can invade, especially when TA has like her like Dragon Lance and Deso.
And I think Shard is going to be a big problem in this game too.
Yeah,
because Shard is owning all of these heroes on the Radiant side.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think TA is a big issue.
And in regards to Invoker, we've only seen it once so far in support. Tofu played it for Gladiators. We've also seen it in offlane.
That wasn't a rough lane, by the way. That Tofu one, he had a really, really difficult lane. And a lot of people were questioning, like, oh, does Invoker still fit this forward? Does this still fit this playstyle? Like, does it have a place? So we'll see if maybe they're going to have a better lane for Virtus Pro on this opposed for Invoker.
The thing is, like, technically, we already mentioned it kind of like the CK offlane, the TA carry, Invoker mid. There's still like the triple core option. And then if they did want to go a little bit more to the side,
I thought
they can
about
do that,
it, but I looked previously, and it doesn't look as if Kiritich really plays.
No, he's a different type of player.
Yeah.
So, I think there's not too much flex now.
Yeah, and even with the bans, they banned out the Brewmaster VP, so now Spirit can't go for that. And yeah, 2 offlane bans as well for Spirit.
I'm mostly worried about how Puck will do mid versus the TA because obviously it's like really TA favored, but Puck could maybe recover by moving to the side lanes because I think Muerta, like Tusk lane, potentially is very strong. I know like a lot of the Muerta lanes I've watched, she tends to do really well, has like a lot of kill threat. But on the other hand, you can also die because you're so squishy. It's like if you have like the upper hand in the lane, you can get kills. Otherwise, you can feed. And I don't think TA is going to be moving to the side lanes. So if they bring Puck, I think there's a chance to kind of snowball your side lanes instead and maybe get that advantage you need to kind of set up the map state to be good for your Toro to farm.
Do you feel that the Puck then is going to fill the role for LoL that Viper couldn't really last game? Like we know the Viper was picked maybe in a response to Bristle, but didn't really fulfill that super active runs around with the support. Now Puck is that, and like you said, Reza, they really just need this tank. They need this body that can be there or like doesn't need to be there.
Puck is definitely much better for them in terms of like making space and doing all the moves, especially with the Dawnbreaker. This is what I wanted from their lineup because Puck with these supports is not enough usually to chop down through the center and to chop down through the CK, and this is like the hero that's force hero that's gonna come in and help him out.
Yeah, VP, they're going to be super aggressive, but the thing for them is if they blink incorrectly, they're going to blink into a Solar Guardian or a Coil. It can get a bit awkward, but VP, once again, are going to be the aggressors in this second game.
Well, look, I won't put you guys on the spot this time around. I won't make you pick a team draft that you favor more. Instead, we're just going to let it see it play out. We're just going to enjoy it for what it is. It's game number 2, and our casters, Lyrical and Trent.
Thank you so much, and Dota fans the world over and here in the arena. We got a great game coming up for you right now, game number 2. Game number 1 was a little bit of a stomp, but this one I'm feeling like it's going to be a little closer. How are you feeling?
Yeah, just as expected. A stomp there from Virtus Pro over Team Spirit, right? That's what they were saying? That's what everyone expected?
Yeah, that's how that went.
Okay,
no,
perfect.
it's definitely not. That was the first game they've lost this entire event. That's crazy. Road to the International is on easy mode for Team Spirit. Now they run into a little bit of a roadblock.
Well, I love their draft in Game 1. I feel like they really addressed a lot of things that Team Spirit were going for. I mean, Team Spirit, you know, they talk a lot in terms of their vlogs. They talk a lot about heroes that they like and stuff, and a lot of those heroes got removed. They didn't get to play a whole lot. But this guy, like, after every Enchantress game, he's just like slapping death, slapping balls. He's like, Enchantress is so good. I knew it. Enchantress without Miposhka is like 30% win rate. Miposhka was 100% win rate.
I know. And
he's just bragging.
And then it gets banned.
And it's banned.
By the way, check out their vlogs. It's really good.
It's true. Got to give it to the content. The content's good.
I mean, it might have meant that they lost that last game because they gave up all of their strats, but, you know, it's worth it, right? All for the views.
Yeah.
But we are getting ready to go into this game. We round out the draft with a Collapse Dawnbreaker, an absolute classic and a great answer against CK.
It was needed. They haven't had a whole lot of second pick games throughout this TI. They spent most of TI so far on first pick, which I think is definitely the better one right now. Feels a little bit better. I feel like this last pick is really difficult in a lot of drafts to secure a solid position.
Yeah.
And this is also the first time they gave that last pick to Collapse. So handing him the Dawnbreaker. Frankly, everything else was kind of banned. But it does certainly slot in really nicely. But so many of his favorite heroes that have been banned every single series except this one, like the Brewmaster, was there for so much of that draft.
I know.
And then just gets banned at the end, and he's a dog.
It's kind of crazy how that goes, but it makes sense as well. And as we get into this game number 2, Team Spirit not being dissuaded. They're starting off with a lot of voice lines and starting out with keyboard. Oh no! He can't even caps lock the whole way through. It's a real tragedy.
He's got serious problems there.
Why don't you take this time to wash your
Oh, there you go. A classic line as well. They're ready. They still can't caps lock the way through. But we're getting into this one now.
He's excited, you know?
He is, absolutely. Laurel Puck, though. I mean, you and I both have talked a lot about it. As a hero, we don't like Puck that much right now.
Puck haters, yeah. Okay.
But Laurel is one of those guys that, as they are able to bait out a sentry there, nicely done. He's one of those guys that makes this hero look good. Already got a rampage on it, as the panel talked about. I'm expecting big things from him, and he's going to need to do it.
Oh, aku hampir lupa.
The reason why I'm a Puck hater is certainly that you need a lot of things that work together with you to make the hero do well, you know? And they have that in this draft from Team Spirit for sure. I think that this whole idea of like Dream Coil setup, if the Dream Coil latches onto the target you want to kill here, the follow-up is pretty ridiculous. You're going to have like an Inkswell partnered on top of something like the Tusk, snowballing in, continuous control. It sort of centralizes the fight in one spot, and then that's going to allow the Muerta to try and position as much as possible. And then, of course, that final pick there of the Dawnbreaker to cement it all in, because Puck these days just doesn't quite have the damage. If you look at Puck's damage numbers on the spells, they haven't gone that much over the years, gone up that much, despite how much tankier everyone is.
Everybody else gets talents and cool Aghanims,
neutral items.
First
and
blood.
for Puck, it's been these right-click builds coming out with the Dream Coil combinations that hasn't really been that explored yet. But maybe that's something that we'll see eventually, as both teams are going to be able to claim a bounty rune apiece, and Mira moves on in and takes one away, easy peasy for Team Spirit.
Again, I think that's how we started the last game as well, right? A quick Observer Ward kill here.
Oh my god, so that's now double sentry and another
sentry
what is happening? Gold to spend for days. And then again, we talked a lot about Team Spirit here, but for Virtus Pro, they dropped down that Phoenix pick, and then you were talking about it, they spent a minute of their reserve time just trying to figure out what they were going to first pick on Team Spirit. It took them forever.
Yeah, they spent a lot of time trying to decide, which is kind of scary, but you know, they've wound up with a draft here that I think they feel pretty comfortable with overall in terms of their heroes. But in their actual vlog, they talked quite a bit about Phoenix.
Yeah.
Someone talking about how they feel like it's a pretty strong hero right now, and for good reason. Everyone's super tanky, and not only do you have percent-based damage, but percent-based heal.
It seems very strong. Squadix underneath the tower, trying to get some pressure now onto Laurel, find a couple of denies, but with the orb forward, he's still able to get a few of them. Takes a good chunk of tower hits on his way out, but you can see this is why the counter exists.
And this is also why you've been seeing a lot of TA bans coming up against Virtus Pro several times in the first phase as well, including in our first match here. You know, it was the first ban in the previous game by Team Spirit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, TA obviously has moved into more commonly being a carry hero at this point in the meta, but you always are going to have these classic matchups mid that you can go for, and the Puck is certainly one of them, because you're just going to play with your refractions and trying to take too much damage. I mean, right there, you get hit by an illusory orb, doesn't matter, right? Just shield it off.
Mira makes the movement over, trying to get a little bit of separation from FNG.
Oh, Sage down bottom, in trouble.
A chance, an opportunity, a couple more hits, and yeah, that's going to be it. Yadaro takes down the first kill, and now body blocks coming in from Maposhka. Not often that you get to see this position 5 Tusk, but Maposhka can play it pretty well.
I know there's at least one confused viewer wondering why that Invoker was there.
Yes.
And just died. So yeah, Invoker's it's kind of a support now sometimes, which is really cool. Position 4 hero, oftentimes in drafts. Certainly still flexible, often spends a lot of time in the mid lane too, and can still be your classic mid hero, but we have this roaming, earning Invoker. So there you go. And he died.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I tend to see him play, but we'll see. Yeah, Laurel already, you can see, taking a beating there, 14-4 versus 9-3. This is not going to be an easy lane for Laurel on the puck. And as I think Sheep talked about on the panel, they're going to need to see some rotations maybe later to find some kills, see if they can maybe play together with the Tusk Muerta. But here to the side, that's where they want to try and find FNG. Long duration on Inkswell, but it's still not going to be enough. Kiritich threw out the stun, now throwing another grenade. The stun strike, just enough to take down Mira.
That is actually kind of huge though. For an Invoker that early.
A support Invoker nonetheless.
Yeah, to get a little bit of help towards that urn.
I mean, he's going to pay for it now as they find the silence, the calling, a couple more hits, gunslingers, and a dead shot for Notice. And another death for that Invoker.
We tried to come back in for the courier a bit there. Takes a bit more damage after that. We also saw in the picture there, Laurel walking home.
Yeah.
Not what you want to be doing in that mid lane. Currently 11-4 to the 21-8 of Squadix.
Yeah, it's not getting easier. It's been a really tough time so far for Laurel. As, well, they're doing a good job down bottom here of continuing to make every CS just not that easy for Noticed. But you can see it's not a huge difference though. He's still getting the levels on that Centaur. We'll have to watch for it. I mean, the movements from Laurel and how he recovers from this is going to be really important to see. As Claps takes a couple more beatings.
That was nice. That's because FNG and Mira were just trading blows off to the side there, and they knew that the Inkswell was on cooldown, so able to actually just take advantage of that and try and bully Collapse a little bit. And 2 points in the Celestial Hammer can often give you kill opportunities versus several safe laners, but not really CK. I mean, since these buffs to the hero, the lifesteal is just so ridiculous that it's really hard to catch CK on low HP.
Dude.
And like actually feel confident to go for a kill.
Look at this.
Can you sense it?
It's feeling like it might happen. I mean, he's dodging the best that he can. Even just steps forward to break that bottle charge, and right in his face. Meanwhile, down bottom, Notice in no man's land, and with the tag team there, a couple points, able to find him. So Yadaro carrying the load right now for Team Spirit.
Yeah, he's the only one really up there in the last. Meanwhile though,
it's enough.
Unstrike to help out.
Well played, getting active.
Invoker posisi 4, bro.
So very back and forth, and Squadix gets closer to his level 6. He actually almost has it. That could be another point where Laurel needs to be real careful. A trap could spell his doom.
Oh, yeah, maybe we'll get a really stylish deny, you know?
Oh, yeah.
A little deny splash like our TAs like to do now.
There's definitely a chance of it. He's getting closer and closer while the Twin Gate is used. They're wrapping now.
It was spotted. I mean, Ward was up there on the Twin Gate as well.
Archun.
So FNG immediately de-wards it, but you know, they know that Yadaro is well aware of their intentions.
I mean, this is a dangerous position, right? You're sending, I mean, they have to send Maposhka mid to help, so Yadaro being able to survive here is really important. And as you can see, making the move over, they're gonna try and deny a rune. Laurel, he's in some trouble. Mira moving in, they're committing everything to try and shut down this TA. Is it gonna work? 6-minute rune, it's down bottom. Sunstrike not gonna connect onto the Grimstroke, but they still should be able to run down Mira. So giving up his life for the bottle.
Everyone's coming in.
Dude, they all showed up. Sage is right on top of Maposhka. With the haster and the rundown, it might be enough to take down this Tusk. Sage right on top of him. Laurel is there, does have level 6 though. Now Dreamcoil connects onto 3. Do they have more help? Are any teammates here to help at all? No, they get 1 kill. Now looking for a second. Oh, the movement, they swell, they get enough. They have the chase down. That is exactly what Laurel needed. Help comes as they bring back Mira from the dead, and he's right on top of FNG now. Will they be able to kill him too? Looks like he should be able to get away from this.
Yeah, still has dive just in case, but oh, Sage gets that haster, and Maybe not the way he was hoping to fill up the
Oh, he's going for the 7-minute rune, and no, they're not going to let you have that one. So we'll run down FNG, and it's going to be a trade-off of 2 wisdom runes apiece. Sunstrike. Oh, they got him. Take that with you, why don't you?
Okay, that's for taking out the ward, huh? Sage is on fire right now. These snipes on the support invoker.
He's having a good one. That's earn charges now for him too on the invoker. So could be some scary stuff coming out. As we take a look, 7.5 minutes in, it's still Yaro that's up at the top of the net worth board. And to be honest, we haven't actually seen that many stacks getting built up in the Virtus Pro jungle. So TA won't have a huge piggy bank to go back to when these lanes start to break down a bit. As Laurel in the mid, just trying to get what he can. And yeah, now they're going to start to build up those stacks.
Yeah, get them all set and ready to go here. Meanwhile, they're hoping to just keep capitalizing on these Dream Coils right now with Collapse on top.
Yeah, nice move and an easy kill. That's the type of play that you can expect going forward. Miposhka needs to be the one to set these up. And then with the Dawnbreaker coming in, they can finish them off.
Yeah, unfortunately, Laro getting a shield rune. Not what you're hoping for on Puck. Trying to get some of these power runes that are a little bit more offensive. See if you can try and get a kill somewhere else. And again, it's also just the difficulty of ganking some of these heroes.
Right.
You know, I mean, they do manage to take down a Centaur. He's a pretty beefy guy. Got a CK who's probably going to be full HP up top there. And then dealing with refractions is always a bit of a bother. So tough to get the game moving. It's going to be really important.
They're going to go again.
They start committing.
On to Notice, 3 points in tag team. This is a huge kill if they can get it. The hoof stomp's there, runs back into the calling, trying to bring him down. A couple more hits, and the dead shot is there for the finish. That is very nice, although they might lose Yadro now. Sunstrike to follow. After the stun, it's enough for the kill. Miposhka, too, is going to die, so they get the kill on the Centaur. But VP, they bring numbers.
That's not a good trade, that is for sure, because not only that, the Sunstrike didn't get the kill, it was the final blow from Kiritich as well, which means he gets that big streak bonus on the CK. Try and catch it back up towards Yadro, and then Squadix picks up the other one onto Miposhka. So lots of gold going to the 1 and 2 right now from Virtus Pro, but 511 just infused into a CK. And this is one of the most important parts of the game for the CK, because he's trying to get into those like big early items.
But look at this. If they can catch him right now, they don't have Dawnbreaker ulti though, so it's too much to ask to go all in for that play.
Yeah, I mean, the armlet's getting delivered as well. You try and kill this guy right now, he's turning and burning on you.
I mean, you can see Mira's playing up here with Collapse. They want to make a go on somebody, but nobody's showing up to give him an option. I mean, again, I feel like you have to have the Tusk here.
This is the Puck shot. This is why I'm a Puck hater.
Yeah.
Watching a Puck run around the map right now with a shield rune, like, who do I kill?
Yeah, there's nobody.
I'm the, only core below me is a Centaur.
That's going to be an Arcane, and you look at this. Collapse just gets ran at. Trying to dodge the Sunstrike. Nicely played by Collapse, but now the Stampede, the roll, the turn, they find him. Laurel onto Kiritich. Armlet still going, sitting pretty. Inkswell, they break it. That's TP taken away. That is the buff for Grimstroke and why this hero is good.
Huge plays from Laurel. Needed that so bad as well, right? After all that movement across the map there. To finally help pick something up there and get a save onto Collapse. Try and get him moving a little bit further into this game. Get some space on the lane as well.
Oh yeah.
With Kiritich just being dead for a little while is really nice. FNG.
He does have level 6, but he runs back into the calling. He gets the supernova off, and that's going to be the turn that they need. Tries to back away. Pig pull, escaping, and now the Dawnbreaker ulti. It's going to be enough to keep him alive. That was close both ways.
Yeah, Collapse still sticking around as well, right? I mean, he has 4 points in the hammer, so wants to help clear through these waves. Doesn't want to give him any free damage onto this tower. Miposhka also nearby, 3 points in that tag team still with the Walrus Punch. What, 800 HP?
This game already feels...
Oh, they're going for it down bottom. They're going to try. Easy, okay, never mind.
Nice connection.
No help there from FNG, he was on the way out.
They managed to get out of there. I mean, and like I was saying, this game already feels so different from last game. Like, Spirit feels like they can actually make moves on the map pretty consistently. Obviously, you want to do that more with a Puck, but playing together with the Tusk, it feels like Miposhka's really helping to boost up that damage.
Radiant's top tower
As FNG goes on to collapse, doesn't have any friends nearby, and in fact, with the turn, realizes, hey, been a bit too deep. They make the move with everybody, and Virtus Pro, they get that kill. They keep bringing just 4 heroes constantly.
I think throughout this game, Stampede is going to look like one of the most powerful abilities.
Yeah.
Because just breaking the backline towards a Muerta is like worst case scenario for Muerta. You know, Drow players, they've kind of lived this existence for a long time. Now Muerta, our new hero, she's not going to like that very much as well. Good deny.
Kiritich comes in just to secure that. Is there any concern at all that Virtus Pro are bringing too many heroes to these gank attempts? I keep on seeing like 4 of them in a lane together, and obviously you can run through the Twin Gate, you can TP elsewhere, but it does feel like they're pretty concentrated.
It can definitely be a concern, but there's also the fact that they're not really farming like crazy on any of these Radiant heroes, right? There's no like Bristleback who is on the off lane who's like getting super farmed or something like that. Yadro is the closest thing, and he's, you know, this isn't the most intimidating ancient farming I've ever seen.
No, it's true. It's taken him a while to get through it, no doubt. Does have the Maelstrom.
It's just unlucky, you know, he's trying to hit some gunslingers here.
Exactly. And yeah, you can see that Radiant side does tend to have a little bit higher win rate, a pretty decent win rate across the board for Muerta. At least at this road to the International that we've been seeing.
Great flex as well. The supports have looked great. When you hit those saving Deadshot plays too, it can be so impressive. I mean, obviously you can do that as a core as well.
Oh, interesting. So moving immediately. Gets the Supernova off. They didn't time the stun right. Doesn't matter. Still dead. Stampede. Try and save it. Laurel caught. Doesn't get hit by the Sunstrike, but pulled in and killed off by Kiritich. Now Mira, he's running away. Collapse. Does have enough distance for the moment, although a 2-second stun. And now the Tornado. Blade Mail is there. They're bringing in help from Miposhka. Tries to turn it now onto Kiritich. Yadro there as well. They have the dead shot, the connection, the Gunslingers. Great shards. Catches now on a save. They're going to bring him down too. Squad X turns. Wants to bring down Collapse, but it's still a bit scary to chase forward. And there's the blink away.
Collapse, wondering why they didn't learn their lesson. You know, that's a bit of a greedy play.
Yeah.
First time gets chased under the tower, Dream Coil save, Collapse survives. Now this time, like they had already gotten their kills and it was a good rotation for Virtus Pro, but they wanted to add a few more on there. And they get punished once more.
Interesting.
And this is kind of Kiritich at his peak right now, at least for his like early game peak, right? He's got Armlet, Echo Saber. He's supposed to be very terrifying. You watch how he just grabs Laurel, smashes him to smithereens. But to immediately fall right after, definitely hurts.
Well, and we talked about the Laurel needing to go for, you know, he had queued up at least for a second the Aghanim Scepter. We'll see if Puck decides to go for that further. Right now, actually, it's switched over to the Blink. So at least feeling like they might need some more damage as the game progresses. Miposhka finds himself a ward. Good job of that by Team Spirit.
They're approaching this top tower. There's no egg though for 30 seconds, so I think FNG's just, they're not going to try anything again. Yeah. They already had their fight up there. Spirit won it. That rewards them the tower a little bit later.
Puck having a DD too, probably.
But on the 15-minute dot, you got that shard delivered here to Squad X, so.
Okay.
It's on its way, sorry.
Oh, saya kira
It's stashed right now, but Panel was mentioning it. Extremely good shard game here from the TA. Absolutely terrifying. Right? You might be looking for a save or something as the Tusk. You get silenced up. Puck obviously hates silence a heck of a lot. Dawnbreaker, I mean, you can predict her movement too. Come in with an ulti or something, just lay that thing down. And what do they have for dispels right now?
I mean, there's nothing basically.
Yeah, it's just nothing.
I mean, Inkswell eventually. I mean, that also is not super loud. He did actually buy the shard just now on the Grimstroke, so they'll have that at the very least. Best item. Yeah. Definitely needed.
Lo sama mana sih jadi
Inkswell, of course, giving that hard disable.
Mari kena nggak pak tapi blade mail jo.
Excuse me. Got you. Stop the hard disables. And now the silence, the Dawnbreaker, the Walrus Punch. Easy bring down. Notice gets just to the other sides of that shard. As they bring numbers up top.
As his Blink Dagger now. It is support Invoker though, so although it is a classic combo of Invoker and Center Forerunner, because it's support Invoker, the Exorts aren't that high at the moment, only got 4 points. So 350. I mean, that's still fine. 350 pure damage, of course, globally, but you're looking for that Blink, Hoof Stomp, into the big damage.
Smoke breaks. Notice wanted to play together with Sayach right there. Not going to quite find an opening. Squad X, right on top of him. The calling connects. Now the control, they bring down. Notice before he gets a spell off. Sunray doing a little bit of work, but they don't have that control now as soon as that Centaur dies.
That was a Centaur Warrior?
Yeah.
Did not look like it. He exploded.
They're hitting hard. They're feeling very, very good on the side of Team Spirit now. 17 minutes in, and they've started to assert a little bit of dominance with this deep ward in VP territory.
At this point, they're just kind of hoping for BKB, likely on Yadro. I mean, he's just doing his thing, farming up as much space as he can on the map. The rest of the allies of Team Spirit trying to provide that space. And a big item for the Dawnbreaker. The item that truly brought her back into the meta was the upgrade to this... I say that. Collapse.
Collapse turns. Now the spin, the damage. Squadix right on top of Collapse. No, the heal is going to be enough to keep him strong. Tries to TP out. Do they have any way to break it? Yes, they do. Notice comes in clutch at the end. So Virtus Pro take 2 kills.
Yeah, much needed there. And that was, of course, the Deso just getting delivered to this item that the hero absolutely loves. Miposhka in a bit of trouble.
Oh, yeah, that'll happen. I mean, you talked about it. This is the window where Kiritich starts to really come online. Echo, Armlet, almost at BKB. I think actually can't do it if he wants to do the disassemble trip.
Yeah, he could. I don't think he needs to be honest. He can just kind of chill until he's got it right.
Laurel, they find illusions of him. It's now an invis for Squadix on the TA. Seeing that the rune did spawn up on the top side, though they might not know what it was.
The thing I would like, if he is going to go for the disassemble, I think then I would like to see him push the tower. I think trying to get mid-tier 1 with this BKB would be really nice for them right now. Notice blinks in.
Oh, they find him, but the Dawnbreaker, he's turning, hits. Big stun, Laurel right on top of him, gets him in the damage, although Yadro gets away before the Supernova does enough to bring him down.
The coil was too good. Sage was trying to get in there for the Spirit Vessel.
Can they find any more? FNG just out of range of the vision, and that's Miposhka Blink Dagger.
That was the dream target they found too, right? Like catching Yadro, farming up in the Ancients, great defense there from the team. And although they've gotten some of these answers, they're not all there at the right time.
I mean, the Dawnbreaker pick was fabulous, and it's doing exactly what they needed it to do. The Virtus Pro come up with answers now. I mean, we've had a very fast-paced game. 31 kills in 19 minutes. It is not stopped for a moment.
It feels like Team Spirit have actually gotten like almost lucky in terms of like how aggressive Virtus Pro has been in some moments. They're gonna try and get aggressive again now that there's no play here from the Dawnbreaker, and see if they can use this BKB to force mid alongside this Mage Slayer.
So a smoke to the top side after baiting TA for a moment. They're going to run into Miposhka first. Collapse is a really good target if they can get it. And does he manage to break it? Yes. So they find Miposhka right at the start. Dawnbreaker getting chased and found. Does he have a way out of there? Snowball keeping him under control. They do bring down one, and now the turn for the second kill. And with that, a VP, they might think about Roche.
Yeah, they just got Deso as well on the Squadix, so a Deso of their own, and they're making their rotation down. Yeah, they're going to set up and prep as we move to daytime, get down some traps, so you have this defensive perimeter of silences all around you to help protect yourselves. Maybe pick up a couple Lotuses,
oh yeah,
cool there, you know?
Perfect timing. So into the pit they'll go. I don't believe that Team Spirit can get their foot, although
they're moving.
Laurel is moving.
He's got Blink, let's see, put that Fairy Fire in the backpack, what do you got?
Dawnbreaker.
What do you got, Laurel? How you feeling?
I mean, Dawnbreaker's going to have ulti back up again, too. They're all TPing. Roche down to about a 5th HP. It's getting lower and lower, and a second time in a row.
It's just too fast.
Virtus Pro get the Aegis just as Team Spirit was moving in, and now do they take the fight? Jump toward, no! Laurel, he didn't get it in time. Can't quite connect. That one hurts. Oh, and then tipping him afterward. What are you doing? So mean.
All right, the Bandits escape here with the Aegis.
Oh, that's frustrating for Team Spirit. They want to find another one, but Kiritich a bit too far away. You can sense that just desire to go in right now by Team Spirit and take that fight, but they're not getting it.
I can tell you who's really happy is Collapse, because he's got the Deso, he's got the Orbit Destruction, and he is just farming. He's like, you guys call me when you need me, but I want to get near the top of this board right now. Like 2K behind the CK.
That's fair.
Hoping to close that gap right now by just farming nonstop.
I mean, it is a good point, right? It's not a huge issue, the fact that they, like, for Team Spirit's game, that they didn't get that Aegis, but it would have been nice to be able to find a fight. Take it away from them.
Part of the problem is that it feels like they also still need to find a couple engagements because they do have this puck. And so trying to fight into the Aegis is a bit tough.
So what do you think then about this decision by Puck to be going in for both the Shard and now Maelstrom into Aghanims? Do you like this decision? Have you got to see too much of it?
It has a certain flavor, doesn't it? Of maybe a little bit later, you know, kind of preparing for the game to go perhaps a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I mean, thought maybe that's where we're going to wind up last game, but Virtus.pro certainly exploded, and they have the opportunity to do it again here.
Okay.
So I think it's really solid, though. I don't think you want to rely on any sort of burst damage in a matchup versus a TA, right? You want consistent damage over time. Same thing versus a CK and everyone else.
Well, this would be a nice pickup. They keep finding these little snipes as Miposhka gets the snowball, the walrus punch, and collapses there to clean up and get another charge on his Deso. Miposhka, the captain, to keep steering them towards the right areas. And also has the Philly Stone. You'll have to see that one.
Top tower is under attack.
Sage hasn't seen a tier 2 yet, actually, on the Invoker. But up top, they're hunting. Find him. Yadaro pulled in. No! Doesn't connect. Pops the BKB. They back away. Wow, just like that. Now the Walrus Punch. He's going in too far! Kiritich thought he had a fight. He did not.
And now everyone's kind of rotating over a little bit late. You don't want to get caught on the way out.
Gotta be careful. They have the silence. Gonna bring down that Phoenix. Easy as pie.
With the Aegis, getting caught a bit out of position here. Perhaps, you know, kind of greedily farming like one does with an Aegis.
Yeah.
Not necessarily all grouped up here, so. Good poke here from Team Spirit. Trying to take something away here as they keep hitting this tower.
I mean, you can see they are still very confident in their play and where they want to be on the map, covering each other's bases, and now taking this tier 2 tower. Virtus.pro gonna need to get their feet under them a little bit after that slight mess up there.
And I love this gem here, purchased by Miposhka, just on Laral, when you're moving around the map like this, obviously.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to be dealing with wards, but also it's the traps versus the TA. So it's just super important to have these because he could easily just die if he's just on a trap, right? He has no way of dealing with that right now. So Laral has to have this gem or he's just gonna perish.
Right. Playing it safe as he goes up there, gets the Invis rune. Not necessarily the greatest of runes for a Puck, but with the next round of runes coming up, we'll see if maybe they can make some action happen there. But look on the mini-map, right? Down here bottom, you've got all of VP that's kind of in this concave formation, really close to their base. They don't feel safe out on the map at all. It's basically up to the CK Illusions to push it out.
Yeah, I feel like this Aegis is essentially just going to help Squadix get in towards the BKB so that he's going to have a little bit more confidence in these engagements.
Well, this could be big now. Team Spirit getting together. They're hunting. Are they going to be able to find anybody just in range? Nice jump away, but can he get out after? Still chasing. Miposhka wanted to go for the TA, but not going to be able to connect. So Virtus.pro, they dodged that one.
And quickly, Kier just draws down the lanes. Yeah. Push mid, push top.
Get it all away from us. And they'll buy a smoke of their own now onto the Invoker. I mean, it's something to be considering, right? Like, Invoker is going to start to scale. Has the Spirit Vessel, has the Solar Crest, trying to get towards Aghanim Scepter, almost maxed out Exort. He's going to get some good damage.
The items are quite large coming out of these two supports, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you got FNG going for the KRE Classic here, heading in towards that immediate Scythe.
Oh, yeah.
So very good versus the Puck in this situation if he's going to go for this greedier build of like high DPS because just no defensive options. Once more, it's going to come down to essentially just Mira as well as the snowball saves from Miposhka, trying to keep him alive. Here we go, another global play here. Attempting an ink swell through the Twin Gate, but no one to be found.
No opportunity.
Virtus.pro made it look a little better with the shadow step, I gotta say.
No, it's true. I mean, that's cheating though, right?
That's true.
No way you get to make that happen.
All right, so BKB for Noticed is delivered. BKB for Squadix is there.
Virtus.pro, their positioning is very strange right now. playing around the rune. The rune ends up spawning down bottom. Aposhka gets found right on a trap. That's what you want to see. Can they find more? Silence now onto Mira. Control there. Laurel tries to back away. Collapse. Isolated notice, but not able to bring him down. Mira soulbind now onto Kiritich. They back out. Link up two of them together. Yadro wanting to chase. Inkswell there. Laurel chases. Finds the silence onto him. They count Laurel. They got him. But he gets away. Phase shift at the last second. Trying to escape, but they ton him down.
Yadro.
The chase. The continue. Yadro, does he have enough damage? 3 seconds stun. BKB wears out. Still stunned. Now Squadix onto him. But he gets caught. Dawnbreaker comes back in for the final connection. Maposhka back into the fight. 2 seconds stun. In trouble. Still gonna fall. Triple kill for Yadro as they hunt for more. A back and forth battle with Maposhka buying back.
Man, he was understanding the limits of his hero there. Just in the middle of the river, waiting for so long and understanding that the coverage is there, and the hero's got the strength, holding on that ulti for quite a while as well. And they did not have the damage to bring it down when it really mattered.
It does feel like Kiritich, I think, needs to be a little bit careful at this moment if he doesn't have BKB, right? Because, well, yes, CK, big tanky hero, he's gone like Armlet Bloodthorn with BKB.
Yeah.
Could be an issue if he gets caught without that. 27 minutes in and still only 1,000 gold separating these two teams.
He just one game away here as we take a look at that replay. I mean, great start to the fight, right? Removing one of the big saves that they have. But they were pretty patient in terms of like just immediately running high ground. Yadro was just in vision the whole time as well, but they couldn't actually find any way to really punish him too. A lot of times saving the BKB, as you can see as well, which was a great choice there from Kiritich. But right here, they blow up so many of the surrounding units of Yadro, but the hero himself, they just could not handle.
Right.
Also, got quite a bit of use out of the neutral item there too, the specialist array.
Oh, it's super solid. Seems like it's a really good pickup. And of course, Swadix just in too far and was maybe not anticipating that Dawnbreaker ulti to come in. It was super solid for them, and now we're set up again for what could be another Roche battle. We've got 8 seconds till it's capable of respawning. We'll see if it's going to be up here. They're going to get an instant spawn. It'd be pretty lucky for them if it is. No, 2.5 minutes. That's about as long as it gets.
Yeah, had a Sunstrike check there as well, just to make sure.
Interesting.
Speaking of Sunstrikes, it's getting there. 1,400 gold away from the Aghanims.
I mean, it could make a difference. They don't have a ton to keep people in place for a Cataclysm.
No, they really don't.
But if they can get a nice stun out there from Noticed on the Centaur, as things get a little bit wild, it could be the way that they make it work.
Man, Kiritich really feeling the struggle here in terms of the mobility of this game, though, because despite having the Centaur Warrunner on his team, he still commits for this Blink Dagger.
Yeah.
Which is something that you'll often see CKs avoid anyway, like even without a Centaur. So having to commit for it here is kind of frustrating, but it's a Muerta, so definitely makes sense, right?
Right.
It's just all about being in the right spot, positioning. He just needs to get the most out of his BKBs.
Well, I mean, I think that this long spawn on Roche has definitely helped out Virtus Pro a lot. Team Spirit was basically stuck on one side of the map for a very long period of time while all of VP was farming it up. And you can see Team Spirit are slowly going to meander down there south.
It's a really cool game for Kiritich with the Vindicator's Axe, right? Yeah. Versus a Puck, versus a Muerta, versus a Grimstroke. There's a lot of opportunities for that big damage.
Smoke up as 4. Laurel still down bottom. So they won't have their Puck with them if this battle does take place. Arcane Rune picked up for Yadro. Notice. Ooh, buddy. That was very close, but doesn't break smoke. So they'll still have that coming down as Roche is finally going to respawn in a minute.
Got him.
Right? Dude, and Laurel's almost got Ags too. These fights are going to start to become pretty scary.
I feel like if he dies and loses his gem, he just buys BKB.
This
is a pretty big fork, I think, for him, depending on how things go, you know?
Really?
I don't know. It's kind of scary, isn't it?
I mean, it's true.
He has just nothing.
He really does not have a lot at this point in time.
He's just completely dependent on his allies. But, I mean, we saw how well that worked out for Virtus Pro. I think Sage and FNG were insane on the saves last game.
True.
And, super dependable. So I'm sure that Mira Maposhka can be as well.
Well, and we saw in that last fight, right? Like that one errant trap that popped out, it caught him, and then he basically died from it. All it took was one ability. And it's going to be up to the rest of the squad of Team Spirit to find the visions. That way you can take that fight. So now into the pit they're going to go. It's going to drop so quickly, and they're making the move from Virtus Pro, but it's going to take too long. They're not getting
the veil. It's just too much.
Look at this. They're moving down, trying to run in. It's too late. Can they take the fight after? Dawnbreaker's still ready to jump. Virtus Pro together. They just got Aghanims on the Invoker.
They have the Scythe on FNG as well. If he sees the right target.
Looking, hunting. He's still in vision. No, they jump forward, find him. But Poshka off to the side. They get him with the Hex. The Cataclysm. Yadro jumps away and now turning. Wants to hit onto that egg. BKB already out. Collapse in. Brings it down. Now they did kill off the Muerta already. Laurel tries to back away. Eats the cheese. Tries to escape. Yadro gunslinging away. Does he have enough damage? Can he get out of there? Survives. He turns it around. Triple kill. Yadro goes for an ultra.
Oh, it couldn't have been worse. Just a second away from no pierce the veil. Pops it and immediately pops them.
Wow. You know, I think gunplay sometimes ruins fantasy, and this time it destroyed Virtus Pro. Oh man. Sage now trying to do what he can to slow this down, but look at how much that blows open the lead here for Team Spirit. One fight, that's all they needed.
They did so many things right too. They get this vision up on the pillar here, the initial stun onto the Muerta. What more can you ask for to begin an engagement? The Cataclysm not able to hit too many targets, unfortunately. And with the heals coming through, delaying that first death on the Aegis. And also the cheese there too from Laurel was huge.
I know, getting those right clicks out, and as look at it, pierce the veil, back up, gets it out.
Oh, dia satu plate tuh.
They almost had him.
Iya
They
nggak sih?
almost had him.
To be fair, they might not have made it out of
Oh
there alive, though, I
iya,
gotta
dia
say. It
satu
wasn't looking too good
satu
after.
plate tuh.
You're not
Tak kira
wrong.
singitan deh wit kono-kono iku.
Team Spirit not ready to drop down to the lower bracket. They want to keep their hopes alive here and push this to a game number 3. As you can see, the damage totals in this one off the chain for Yadro. This is why Muerta has been so highly prioritized at times. When it looks good, it's really good. And then sometimes you die like you did before Aegis.
It's really funny to see Laurel just running around the map with an Aghs in his backpack.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So yeah, I need this illusion rune out. There we go. Okay, I'm ready now.
70% is the call. I mean, we'll see. It feels like it could go either way depending on how these fights go, to be honest.
I mean, plus side, they did get rid of that Aegis, but certainly in Team Spirit's hands right now, they have the Solar Guardian back up. Probably the hardest thing for them to play around right now.
Ready to go with the Dawnbreaker ult. Who are they going to find? On the top side of the map, they're running right into Notice.
And they're using this illusion too with Poshka nearby, so
that's nice.
Yeah.
So they thought that might be the real one. They hex it. Oh, good start, but not going to go for more yet.
Hex tuh hari iki. Tenane.
Inkswell play. They might be considering here as well, of course. Thinking of who to put that on top of, but they scout him out. They let him go. Back to farming a little bit here, and Yadro taking a pretty sizable lead at this point, almost 5k ahead. Yeah. Squadix there on the Templar Assassin, but is almost into the Daedalus.
Okay.
Sizable damage upgrade at this point.
Jumps in, snowball to start, finding more with the Inkswell stun, control, bash, gone. Just like that. Meanwhile, Maposhka getting hit with the cold snap, the stun, 3-second cataclysm, gone. Okay. So they connect in onto 2.
Ooh,
now do they go for more?
Are you going to buy that?
Mira, silence onto both. Thinking about jumping, but not going as of yet. And instead, Notice is there for the turn. And now the Dream Coil connects onto both. Collapse runs forward. Yadro starting to lay in. Brings down one. Wants to find another. Squadix in trouble. FNG caught by the fear. He gets the Supernova off, though. That's enough to turn it for the moment. They lose the Grimstroke, but they already bought back on this Phoenix. It's a big commitment by VP to hold off the assault.
Yeah, buyback as well from the Tusk too, I believe. Getting that one. They held for a long time on FNG because it didn't really look like the fight was going to develop anymore after that. They're coming back in on Team Spirit.
They want to bring him down. Notice he's in some trouble, but they managed to find the stun. Okay, Dawnbreaker ult now in to join the fight. FNG is gone. Didn't stand a chance there. As the Blade Mail is popped and collapsed, they're still hunting Notice, but they're going to settle for the tier 2.
Because tuh rasan terus.
They're willing to go aggressive too, even when they don't have the Pierce the Veil up. Just trying to poke for these little kills. And now comes down bottom to the outpost. Gonna find Notice. Oh, is he gonna get another kill here to permaset? He doesn't catch Notice going through the twin gate.
Whew. White, that would have been big. But can't connect onto him. Instead, it's Laurel that's pushing out this whole wave. And Notice is gonna pressure the top side. But yeah, a back and forth one so far, and now BKB done for Puck. That makes the fight significantly harder for him. Oh, wait a minute. Mira? Mira going for it all? Mira wanting glory? Mira gets another silence? Mira, do you have enough damage? Well, with a little bit of help, you might, or it could get brought down. Forces out at least one, takes off the cold snap. Mira's running down 2 heroes, not a care in the world.
He's kind of stuck here on Notice, actually. He's got no mana. He's got to wait a while, has a pop a Lotus. All right, well, waste the Stampede team, you're welcome. Nice work, but there is now a heart on that Centaur, so getting a bit beefier. Still, strength hero, 16 armor. Gonna be a bit tough.
Well, I do feel like they have the damage now with soon-to-be Daedalus online from Huerta to really tear through. Oh my god, he got a Mindbreaker too. What the hell is that? That's devastating.
Oh, perfect.
Oh my god, they got so much damage. Yeah, you don't stand a chance here. Not even a little bit. I mean, they have to kill Yatoro. They can't let him survive through the fight. And in fact, the jump, Noticed, pops the BKB, Snowball backs away. Squadix onto him, but the Ghost Scepter immediately. They've got all the answers on Team Spirit. As Gunslinger goes out, the buildings are falling. No answer yet from Virtus Pro.
And this has got to be one of the best things about Muerta as well, right? Just no one else really hits buildings like her, obviously.
Oh no.
A little bit ridiculous.
Well, EMP won't connect. Meanwhile, Kirtich farms on the other side of the map. They have been able to stop the high ground push. That's something at the very least now for Virtus Pro.
Huh? Yeah.
Just comfortably chilling down here. I don't think there's a whole lot of threats that he can really worry about dying to, honestly. Like this close to a tier 2. Not too concerned as he farms up towards the overwhelming blink. Putting up more and more HP.
That 25 talent too, so Starbreaker is all the time ready. Up top though, they find one. Can they get him up near the twin gate? Oh no, that was just an illusion, excuse me. I was sure that they had him.
Those illusions, you know, they're tough.
Well, smoke instead. That's what I was looking at. They're gonna smoke.
Right, yeah,
that's what
I got you, yeah.
I just like scaring the observers, that's all.
Keep them on their toes.
38 minutes in. And hoping to find somebody farming down bottom, or maybe to bait out Kiritich. It could be an interesting play, but Team Spirit, they don't care. They just want to push mid. Or at least force them back on the side of Virtus Pro. Looking, opening. They're not going to go for it. I mean, this is a decent play by VP if they can catch somebody, and there is going to be a TP down bottom.
I almost feel like with their blinks that the Stampede is essentially going to be kiting Pierce the Veil, and they're going to hope to like blink back in afterwards. Okay. You know what I mean?
And just hope they don't get coiled?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's obviously why Puck's very solid versus Centaur Warrunner.
Right.
It's one of the better options versus those just runaway Lycan-style heroes.
Definitely. I mean, again, a 12K gold lead is pretty significant for Team Spirit, but if the context of this becomes find Muerta, kill Muerta, suddenly 12K gold lead is gone. So it does still come down to how these fights get taken, and Team Spirit, they can't be too cavalier with their movement. Gonna wait now. Roche is back up in 26 seconds. So will be Aghanim Scepter for them, I believe. Could be, yeah, they got cheese last time.
It did indeed. How good's that Axe, too? I mean, I guess probably Tusk, I feel like, makes the most sense.
I'd be down for it. Even just kicking some people away if they get onto them isn't terrible. So yeah, they move on in. Now the TA trap is there, so they see what's happening. Although, where's the gem? Like, they don't have it? Tusk has the gem. He doesn't see that the TA trap is... I mean, it doesn't matter. It drops so quickly. It could have been important, but it turns out to not be. They kick it away now.
Oh, let's go. The kick.
He's ready.
Aposhka's got it. Everyone wants a walrus kick, right?
Well, suddenly he's higher net worth. So feels a little bad for Noticed.
Oh, and he's got ninja gear too.
Oh, man.
Sneaking around looking for some big kicks.
Everything that he wants.
He feels bold with the Shadow Blade.
The smoke, the move forward. Does he want to jump onto anybody here? Up high ground, smoke breaks, blink back. Doesn't get caught.
Oh, instant smoke here from Virtus Pro as well.
They're going to go mid. They saw Miposhka bottom. That's why. Going to try and run it collapse.
They're just going to try and kill Miposhka. He's the dream right now because he has this Ghost Scepter, but there's now the Nullifier on Kiritich. So just like spot the Tusk, get the kill, and they might be surprised to see he's the gem. I'm not sure if they've noticed yet. That'd be a huge one for them, but yeah. Collapse is the closest one.
Collapse. Does he realize what's going on? Notice break smoke. Collapse still sitting there. Didn't
Does
quite get
YOLO?
vision. FNG. A little bit of chat wheel there. Crowd appreciates it.
Yeah, he's got a smirk in there, yeah.
It was funny on the, I think it was in that vlog again that they did. He kept saying like, they're always going after me, they're always trying to kill me.
Yeah.
So Collapse has been getting the treatment this road to the TI so far.
I mean, that's what happens when you're, you know, you have that one performance at TI 10 as well.
Oh yeah. Tornado, lift up, EMP, but Force Staff gets Yadoro out of trouble. Still have another 3 minutes on this Aegis. As Muerta steps in, gets kicked back. Easy connection, notice, down low, but not dead yet. Now the Dawnbreaker ulti connects onto Kiritich, trying to kill him off. Does get the turn and down pretty low. So they hold out on that high ground push with the kick after Miposhka dies. That's Gem on the ground.
Oh, wait.
Jumps in, catches everybody.
Let it go.
Starts ripping him to shreds. Sage almost dead. Laurel wants to hunt, wants to get away, but no! It managed to find the kill, and now the jump forward collapse. Wants to get that Gem back, wants to get out of here, but with buybacks coming in, they might have stepped a bit too far forward. Turn now onto Collapse, down very low HP, but Muerta doing some good hits. Yadoro trying to stand his ground. That is 3 already dead behind the tower.
Notice.
Now the jump forward, the stun, the collapse, the jump. Yadoro goes down. Can they get him a second time? Team Spirit, you gotta learn the rule. Never, ever go high ground. It is a folly, although pierce the veil. Maybe you can do it against that. Try to find a couple more in onto them. They have buyback on the Phoenix if they want to do it. There's the lift up connection.
Nice
Stun,
timing.
a couple more hits, and they get the finish. Virtus Pro coming back with a vengeance after their high ground was disrespected. All 5 go down.
They chase so deep there. I mean, I'm starting to see why the only carry player or hero he's played more than once is Muerta. I mean, I get it on Yadoro, right? He keeps moving through all these other heroes, picks the Faceless Void for the first time game 1, comes back with this Muerta here. But that time, I mean, he does so much, but his allies, you know, drop so fast. I mean, going back in there with no Miposhka, like, his save has been invaluable.
I mean, you look at that fight recap, how much gold was granted over, how quickly it all turned. I mean, that's the type of thing that you lose 1 or 2 heroes and it's okay. You lose all 5, you're in a serious problem.
I think it also comes back a little bit to some of the issues you could have with this puck build, because like you already have so much damage on the Muerta. I feel like you're not really lacking damage, so this whole idea of just like getting more and more control, if it works, it's amazing. There's no doubt, right? Yeah. I mean, Laurel wants to get in here and use his Dream Coil because you see it. Like, he Dream Coils here, look how much damage he does.
Yeah.
But it's just that tiny little bit he doesn't get, right? Sayush lives. Oh, okay, this is a creative situation now. Then he just dies. Like, oh, he gets off 1 more spell. It's like, oh, well, I have to go in now and collapse. I want this free kill on the Invoker. And now you die.
Yeah. No, exactly. Clean up each other's messes. And in the end, there wasn't enough paper towels. You know about that as a dad.
That's right.
As, man, a big turn. And, you know, 8K gold lead at this point in the game means a lot less.
Oh, yeah. It pretty much means nothing, especially when you've got things like hexes and these combinations. that kill was really funny.
Oh, yeah.
They just get shot and just blown up.
I mean, the thing that does matter a lot more is going to be the buybacks. They only had to use 1 on the Dire on the Invoker, and something that could be there to watch for later on. Right now, on Team Spirit, only Mira has the buyback on the Grimstroke. And you can see FNG, hope still high. What a turn.
Just 1 more game.
Right?
1 more. I mean, you got the first one. Making a little comeback here.
Can they do it? I mean, it's very possible. We've seen comebacks from bigger deficits before, and it all happens around high ground. I mean, they only got a tier 3 tower.
The kiting was superb as well in that fight for sure. That is something they're going to try and address here, trying to go for the the big stun there with the Abyssal Blade on Collapse. Because they only have force, I think, on the TA, right? She's Hurricane Pike.
Right.
So, like, if you actually just stun someone, they're not going to move. We don't have any other options for that. So, see if they can chain a few together.
Well, and the way that I thought about that, the fights were going to go for VP was like find the Muerta, pick her off when she's out of position. But that was a much more like measured, find one, pick off, then wait for them to overextend, find another, find another, find another. It's just little piranhas chewing you up, as opposed to the one big bite.
And people barely surviving. Also, the
Cuma aku
Catacombs,
jajan.
they come in as well.
He's got a Hex now on Invoker.
That's a big deal. Double Hex.
This is not support Invoker anymore. This is level 23 Invoker going for Refresher.
We're 46 minutes into this game.
Yeah.
Didn't realize. It's been a fun one.
I mean, depending on how it goes, if I'm Virtus Pro, I'm still sitting high ground for a while though, right?
Oh yeah, there's nothing to gain out here right now. You know,
25 on Puck too for the Dream Coil.
That is a huge
buff immunity.
Yeah, very big talent. Obviously, something you used to be able to buy. Now you gotta earn it. Right. Unless you buy Midas, then you can kind of buy it.
There you go. Buying experience always feels good. But yeah, 7K gold, all that separates these two teams. And at a decent position, 61 kills in for Virtus Pro to continue to mount this comeback. But
they have a lot of vision. They have this Obstetric. It just gets dewarded now, but they saw them all up here on this pillar.
Scary, scary. Thinking about jumping in. Maposhka up front and center with that ninja gear. Can he find anybody? FNG is stepping pretty far forward. Drops down a ward. That scouted Collapse is going to see the hammer retreat back towards them, and they're going to try and force back Virtus Pro by going to top.
Maybe looking for a Maposhka kickback play here, hoping that someone's going to be here.
This is a nice play. I mean, if they don't get back quickly enough for Virtus Pro, or even if they do come back, they still might go for the kick.
If someone shows.
Yeah. Got to be so careful there. Nice play by Team Spirit.
Yeah, nobody even coming close, right? Just putting in the forward spirits, catching the wave. If they notice, they're going to see that he's smoked out, but it's just Ninja.
Looking, Maposhka, Tornado, whoops, lifts. Still looking for that jump and kickback from Maposhka. Noticed is a scary target to go on. They're thinking about it. Kiritich waiting, FNG waiting. They're all ready for an over an extension. They even popped the Phantasm now. While mid is pushing in, they have an illusion there. And they're going to TP one back. So Collapse is going to deal with the waves.
Yeah, has his Solar Guardian come right back into the fight, so he's certainly the prime target, but they're going to smoke out right away. Again, Solar Guardian can't come through, but they're looking for a kill through that healing.
Swadix open. Laurel down low ground. Silence, get him. Force the BKB. That's big.
They're just going to take back space right now. Phantasms are running a little bit low. They just want to secure some space to get a little bit of gold right now.
Dude, it's so, you can tell these teams are freaked out. One wrong move, you're potentially going to the lower bracket for Team Spirit. Virtus Pro, they're continuing on.
They're still
bracket.
chasing?
They want to take advantage of no BKB, I guess.
They're constantly dewarding as well, checking these high grounds right now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they don't have a lot of vision to leave behind. I mean, they have traps, sure.
Sending in some. Thinking. Poshka, Yadaro steps forward. They're all there right to the side, waiting up on that high ground. Now, Roche is capable of respawning. We know it's going to come back bottom. This is where the battle is going to take place.
Aku pukil yo.
Yadaro might run into Roche here.
Poshka, he steps forward, breaks smoke. Kiritich also breaks.
Roche don't ruin this fight here.
Dead shot almost connects onto the CK. Dude, this is where Ninja Gear becomes so good, too. Having that on Tusk, as well as Grimstroke, is absolutely clutch.
30 more seconds to the respawn.
Collapse still farming the whole time through. He might try and push them by pressuring topside, too. There's a chance. You can sense, though, it just becomes this sort of battle of attrition. Noticed wanting to find an opening. They don't have the reposition tools, though, on Virtus Pro in the same way that Team Spirit do. But much better scouting. Maposhka. Does he see one? He sees him. Noticed. Still don't want to go on the Centaur.
And there it is.
Roche is up. Both teams see it. Dude, they're right on the edge.
Oh man, this Aeon Disc, this egg.
They're looking. I mean, Laurel has a great dream coil. If VP are not careful, they got to be so.
I mean, look at Maposhka.
Send a dream through. Mystery orb.
Meanwhile, Collapse is just firing away.
Collapse is up there now.
Hey.
Look, they're taking a whole Rax. But Kiritich finds him. 3 seconds done. Cataclysm. Is it going to be enough? They find and kill Collapse. Can they get back bottom, though? Team Spirit already there trying to bring it down.
They're going to trade it.
They have the Invoker, but he can't stop this.
Interesting. I mean, there's no way you're getting back to go for that kill.
I mean, yeah. You can't have your cake and eat it, too. Maposhka not connecting on the FNG.
They are immediately running back down here. Want to take advantage of the numbers, force this buyback here.
I mean, this is the worst hero to try and kill because Collapse has buyback and can get right back into the fight.
But if they get him again.
That's true.
I mean, he's super crucial in these fights.
You're not wrong. Jump forward. Hex is there. Control. Maposhka low dead. And now Collapse in the midst of the fray in a terrible position is going to start to get isolated. Do they have enough to bring it down? This is going to be a dieback for Collapse. That is what they were waiting for. And now, look at Yadro. Yadro in trouble. Silence. That's dead one time. Can they find more? Maposhka, control onto Notice. Snowball, he's going to fall. SquadX trying to find more. He's just fighting illusions, though, as Yadro gets forced out of the low ground. Maposhka, though, this is going to be another one. They fight Kiritich. He's dead. More dead. This is going to be a second dieback, but they lost Kiritich. Can they do anything else? Virtus Pro win the fight, lose the Aegis.
They take care of the Aegis.
Yes.
They get the dieback on Collapse. They get the dieback on Maposhka. I think that pays off. That was quite the gambit, I gotta say.
I mean, and again, if you're Kiritich, you know that Maposhka and Collapse are dead for 90 seconds. I mean, you can see they want to make a move down bottom. I don't know if you want to buy back on the CK to try and get it done.
That's a tough one.
I mean, because you could go for the all-in play. That's the bold move, because you know that they're down 2 heroes for at least 70 seconds. Maybe too scary, though. Safer bet. Yadro walks forward, gets the stun.
Going crazy.
That guy's nuts. They try and get him. Tornado, lift up, but he's lifted for a long time. Yadro, he didn't get hit by the stun. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Oh, goodness. Dark Portrait is scary. And now buildings are being hit. Still 40 seconds without Collapse. Puck is gone for 30. Yadro having to do it all alone. The Inkswell to break it, and now the turn. The Aeon Disc going to be there. Can they kill him off? Yadro going to be lifted.
Why is this so scary with 2 heroes?
Right on top of him because it's Yadro, but Yadro caught it dead. Now he does have buyback, 100 seconds away. VP, how long do you want to stick around? How much do you want right now?
I mean, it's just too close for the buyback on the Laurel. There's no way, right? Can't stop and save that. Oh, man.
Do they want?
They really respected that Muerta.
They really did.
They waited so long because they understand the damage. I mean, that's what the heroes got right now. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Plus the backup there of the hard dispel from Mira.
Scary moment right now. Again, a second set of racks while they don't have Kiritich. Laurel right on top, and he gets away. That is debuff piercing. That would have been maybe SquadX gone. Also, Revenant's Brooch passed over. SquadX has it. So they have an answer now for Muerta 2. That pierced the veil.
Also have the Dark Portrait for the Grimstruck. We have the Scythe now as well for the Soulbind too. So Mira just has crazy options in this fight on top of a Blink Dagger. So Mira can certainly make humongous plays here, possibly just win the entire fight.
Dude, this is
oh, double Stampede though.
Double Stampede. I don't know, Virtus Pro, it really feels like they're in control of this game now. Complete control. They have so much. They're all so scaled. All it takes is one bad fight, but they've been getting all good fights.
DD.
Illusory Orb. Revenant's Brooch ready. Maposhka looking for a jump kickback. Can he find a good target? Inkswell, get him, but the Hex! They were all over that one, so ready. Snowball will have a kickback if he wants it, but no. Able to dodge away. Still, buildings are going down. They need to find an opening. Hex is there, but they don't have any follow-up.
All right, Kiritich is just taunting nearby. Back out after getting the buildings here. So tier 2 still stands in the top lane.
What the hell was that sound? What the heck was that?
Just intimidation.
He's popping the Revenant's Brooch for fun. Dude, that opens so much base in this here. What the heck?
You know, when you get the newer items, I like to make them flashy.
That's fair. All right, 56 minutes in. And we're 4 away from Tier 5 neutrals. Team Spirit still looking for that magic fight. Virtus Pro not giving him an opportunity to get it. Yadaro walks high ground. They're under a ward here. Catches Deadshot. Hex again. So ready. Stun. Now onto 2, but there's no follow-up. Kiritich now tries to get onto him. Yadaro turns. Hasn't popped that much yet as Collapse tries to back away. Laurel under control. Silenced. Disarmed. Still fine. Paposhka plays the cheese. Now the kickback. He kicks him away. Splits the uprights. And dead in an instant. That's TA gone. That's more. This might be the fight they were waiting for. Kiritich starts to die. The Supernova's out. Notice under control. They're gonna get that stun. No! The Snowball save! Paposhka the man on top of it. They find more. Kill him off again. Triple kill.
Gila satanik. Muertane satanik besok ngelawan tuh, sumpah.
And immediately the buybacks all just ring out here from Virtus Pro. There was no buyback timer left for the sector, that's why he committed for the refresher, so he is gone right now on notice. A big lead opens back up here for Team Spirit. Down 2 racks, but the goal moving in their favor, and as well for that fight, I'm gonna guess level 30. Oh, it's so close. I mean, Collapse was close before the fight as well, but almost there. We also have 29.5 here for Squadix, so some of those huge talents about to come back one more time.
I mean, and look at this one again. It starts so well, but the fight is so separated. It's all over the place, and in this one, it really felt like it was those supports making the key plays.
Oh yeah, I mean, Soulbind Walrus Kick. Not something you get to see too often right here. He just breaks up the whole fight right there. See ya! 1 north, 1 south.
Oh man, that was cool to see. And now the cleanup is just there. I mean, back in this game, we actually might need to get into this one in a second because they could think about...
They have Refresher Dream Coil. They're running down mid with Laurel right now.
I mean, again, you don't have Centaur for a while as they start to siege high ground, take down 1 set of racks. In this moment, are they going to be able to get everything? They've already taken all the tier 3 towers, now going to move for the bottom racks. This was looking like Virtus Pro were going to clean up the end of it. Team Spirit rally back. They have creeps in their base still. I mean, what's going to happen now? It looks like they're just going to try and defend the last racks.
Look how Virtus Pro are playing right now. Smoked up, hugging the tree line up top, hoping that they overcommit onto Kiritich.
Waiting. Buyback status, none of them. Nobody has buyback. Nobody. But look at that. Yadaro gets caught. Stun. No, the snowball save is there for the turnaround yet again. They got what they need. Laurel, can he do enough? They try to bring him down quickly. Dead for 2 minutes. They bring it back in fabulous fashion. Team Spirit. The hexes are not enough. The supernova is not enough. But do they have enough with the sun ray? Not going to happen. Maposhka, the captain, is there to carry the game. With picks, with snowballs, he does it.
That damage is not coming out if it's not for that snowball save there from Maposhka. They're still trying to get a couple kills here, but there's still a buyback on Yadaro. There's no buyback on the CK or the TA.
They're going for more. Phoenix does have buyback himself, so with mega creeps already claimed, can they stop the hitting on the tier 4 towers? Team Spirit, they want to close this out right now, but they're playing it even still a little bit safe. Their hopes of staying in the upper bracket right there, and there's the jump forward, the hex onto 2, collapse onto him as well. They can't stomp, they can't do anything. Stampede won't get him away, FNG is gonna fall. We are going to a game number 3, Seattle.
The map movements here from Team Spirit throughout this game, really abusing the global possibilities of the Dawnbreaker. It was a great last pick there from Collapse. Coming in clutch, helping out on some Dream Coils, and the heals in the mid-game, where it felt like maybe Virtus Pro were going to win some of these fights.
Mungkin
they just
sekian dulu hari
barely
ini
squeak out
untuk
some round
malam
there for
ini.
Yadaro, and of course,
Di
he was
hari
just
ini,
so much of the damage
karena
throughout
saya
this
sudah
entire game.
ngantuk, ya.
He absolutely
Maafkan
was.
saya,
Man,
ini
what a
hanya
freaking game. We get
iseng-iseng
right up to
saja.
that 60-minute mark.
Iseng-iseng aja. Terima kasih yang sudah menonton, terima kasih yang sudah nongol, terima kasih yang sudah mampir. Ini cuma iseng-iseng aja karena ini nanti mungkin jam 4 sampai jam 9 itu nanti main 10DN. Nanti mungkin kalau live Dotanya masih ada, TI-nya masih ada, nanti watching lagi, nanti nonton lagi. Jadi terima kasih teman-teman untuk live stream iseng hari ini. Mungkin nanti saya live stream lagi di jam 6 apa jam 7-an. Oke, sekian dulu teman-teman hari ini. live stream part 1 hari ini. Nanti kita lanjutkan di part 2 nanti. Oke. Sekian teman-teman, saya mau tidur, ngantuk Yohan.
Tell me something I haven't heard before. 'Cause I'm restless and I'm dying to know more. Show me something I haven't seen before. 'Cause I'm tired of the same boats, the same shore. It's time, my friend, to leave this hell behind us. We got everything we need to make a change. Something worth fighting